Stick with me here. I was minding my business, totally exhausted from gaming all night, when boom, the world shakes. Suddenly, I wake up in the absolute worst wooden shack imaginable. Picture a tiny, sad box. Now, make it even worse. That is my new home. Then, the strange robot voice pops into everyone's head at once. Welcome to Morning Star Continent. Monsters arrive in 7 days. Good luck, losers. Basically, every single human just got ice-skated into a wild fantasy survival game. Everyone is a lord now. Everyone gets a talent. Awesome, right? Awaken your hidden talent, the system tells us. My heart is pounding like crazy. This is it. The big moment. Dragon or a worm, baby? Let us go. The light fades. The panel appears. My talent is F-rank farmer. A tiny chance to boost crop yield by 1%. Seriously? I honestly just stood there, jaw completely dropped like a broken machine. I knew my luck could be terrible, but I did not just hit rock bottom with this. I grabbed a shovel and just kept digging. Meanwhile, the chat channel is going absolutely insane. One dude gets C rank super strength. Another guy is throwing fireballs like a discount wizard. And then, oh man, a massive golden light beam shoots up right from the village center like the heavens are showing off. Some guy named Shaoan awakens an S-rank alchemist talent. The entire chat instantly turns into a massive fan meeting. One guy named Wang Ho is basically proposing marriage right in the comments. Meanwhile, I am standing in my sad little shack, with my F-rank farming talent, watching this unfair golden pillar light up the sky. But hey, I always keep positive vibes. I cannot complain. At least I have a roof. But pay attention here. Suddenly, my talent panel starts absolutely freaking out. Apparently, soul is an ancient primordial force called a Hongming source soul. The system is literally like, oh, wait, hold up a second. Let me fix that. The F on my screen literally shatters into pieces. My rank starts climbing like an elevator with 0 brakes. F, E, D, C, B, A, S. Legendary, mythical, creation law. An eternal rainbow light is completely blasting my eyeballs. I definitely went temporarily blind. When it clears, I am staring at my brand new talent. Hongming Spirit Field, Eternal Rank. A one-of-a-kind hidden talent. What does it do? Oh, nothing much. Just that any seed I plant mutates into something truly amazing. 100% success rate, and time moves way faster inside the field. So crops grow in mere seconds instead of months. There are even more effects locked behind level requirements. I am no longer just a farmer. I am the god of all farmers. The absolute final boss of agriculture. I ripped open my newbie gift pack, getting 10 boring wheat seeds and 2 sad black bread loaves that looked like they had already given up completely. But I did not care. I grabbed a seed, shoved it into my glowing dark gold soil, and watched this thing sprout, grow, and fully ripen in less than 10 seconds flat. Out pops gorgeous golden wheat stalks, glowing brightly like tiny suns. The system officially names them warm sun wheat. You and I both know the drill. While everyone else swings swords, I will conquer this world with farming. Honestly, I have never been more excited to touch dirt in my whole life. I picked the glowing wheat and quickly checked its stats. Turns out, this crop is a literal cheat code for survival. Eat it, and you stay full for 10 hours. Immune to cold, with constantly regenerating stamina. If you eat it long term, your physical body literally gets stronger permanently. This is not normal food. A total buff wrapped in a snack. I was grinning like a massive idiot. While everyone panics over weapons and monsters, I have magic wheat, making me completely unkillable by harsh weather. Eternal rank talent is insane. Yeah, it truly delivers. But something was still bugging me. The system promised 7 days of safety before the monsters arrive. 7 days sounds great, but I have read enough novels to know that safe is just code for we have not shown the catch yet. I popped open the global chat to see what everyone was losing their minds over now. And oh, boy, apparently our newbie village hit the jackpot again. A girl named Su Ying awakened an S-rank Ice Frost Archer talent. The chat instantly became the world's most embarrassing dating app. Dudes were tripping over themselves, furiously typing desperate love confessions. One guy literally said he wanted to have her babies. Sir, It has only been 1 hour since civilization ended. Calm down. Then Mr. Big Shot Xiao Tian slides into the chat like a greasy used car salesman. Hey, we are both S rank. We should be friends. We are basically the leaders here. Let us swap numbers. This dude was oozing so much main character energy, you could smell it through the screen. Wang Hao, that same bootlicker, immediately started planning their grand wedding. The golden couple, their kids would be triple S rank. Bro is out here writing fanfiction in real time. Su Ying's response? Absolutely nothing. Pure radio silence. 1 full minute of Xiao Tian getting publicly ghosted before 10,000 people. He tried to save face. Haha. True warriors walk alone, but his ego clearly got dropkicked into the sun. I sat watching with a popcorn expression. That is where we leave it. You will want to see what is next. Highly entertaining? Absolutely. My problem? Not even slightly. Stick with me here. These S-rank guys think they are absolutely unstoppable. But my talent builds whole ecosystems. They just hold flashlights. I own the whole power grid. Chat closed. Back to farming, research, and my top priorities. People. But nope, the universe was not finished with me. A massive voice echoed inside every single lord's head, and definitely not the usual system voice. This voice sounded like it dropped straight from heaven's executive office. Deep and majestic. We need to talk pure energy. Epic main quest unlocked. Save the Queen of Morning Star. Apparently, an Abyss Lord hit the continent's queen with the Abyss Withering Curse, and she is slowly fading away. 2 days to find a cure. The rewards? Absolutely unreal. Provide a useful clue, and you score a noble title, plus resources. Find a way to delay the curse? Marquee rank, plus epic tier items. Actually cure her completely? You earn prince level nobility and 3 legendary blueprints. Absolute mountains of resources. The queen's highest affection, whatever that means. And basically become the absolute most important person on the continent. Fail the quest, the queen falls, the empire crumbles, and the whole world goes dark forever. No pressure. Every single one of the billion lords worldwide collectively lost their minds. Those rewards were so insanely massive that brains literally short-circuited just trying to process them. Now pay close attention here, because right when nobody could think straight, the sky literally split wide open. A massive golden curtain of light unfolded above us like a movie screen from the gods. Deep inside that glowing light, a figure started to appear. An unbelievably gorgeous figure, standing inside my tiny shack beside my magic wheat. Watching a literal goddess materialize up high, I thought, yeah, this is definitely not a normal Tuesday anymore. So, that massive golden screen in the sky finally reveals the queen to everyone. And, wow, okay, I need a moment. This woman looked like the creator spent 1,000 years on her character design, was still not satisfied, scrapped it, and tried even harder. Silver hair like liquid moonlight, vivid purple crystal eyes, and perfectly flawless skin, making marble jealous. Sitting gracefully on a white gold throne, in a gorgeous silver dress, she honestly looked like the ultimate final boss of beauty. But here is the major catch. She was clearly suffering. The curse was draining her. She looked insanely powerful, yet totally fragile, like a goddess who desperately needs a hug. It was extremely effective on everyone. The chat channel turned into absolute chaos. Billions of guys worldwide simultaneously lost their minds. Men were declaring eternal love. One dude was literally crying, calling her his wifey. Another threatened to brawl anyone he even looked at her. Somebody literally promised to destroy the entire Abyss dimension completely single-handedly. Sir, you only have a basic D-rank fireball talent. Sit down. Then obviously, wannabe main character Lord Xiao Tian swoops in with his grand hero speech. As an S-rank alchemist, saving the beautiful queen is my duty. The whole chat instantly exploded with massive worship. Humanity's greatest hope, they called him. I almost choked on my magic wheat. But me? Did I want to save her? Obviously. Those epic rewards could make anyone drool. And yeah, the queen herself was amazing. Let us just say the treasure was not the only thing worth admiring. But I am a highly practical guy. You must level yourself up before saving the world. You can't rescue a queen when you live in a literal cardboard box. Then, because this world apparently has zero chill, The sky voice returned with a lovely little update. Attention, brutal winter curse hits in exactly 3 hours. Temperature drops to -30. Find warmth or freeze. Good luck. 3 hours. -30. In a wooden shack with more holes than Swiss cheese. I know what you are thinking. The chat instantly flipped from saving the queen to panicking about freezing fast. Guys wearing simple t-shirts panicked hard. People aggressively begged for firewood. The vibe shifted from romance novel to a horror movie in 4 seconds flat. All of a sudden, those dudes with trash-tier talents like Lumberjack and Miner, they instantly became the most popular players worldwide. That crying Lumberjack dude from earlier? Now, happily running a massive firewood business with a huge, satisfied grin. Life comes at you fast. Xiao Tian naturally jumped back in. Do not panic, everyone. I'm researching a warming alchemy furnace. Just bring materials. Cue more cheering and annoying worship. I rolled my eyes so hard I nearly saw my own brain. An alchemy furnace? Bro, you just unlocked your talent. You do not even have a recipe. By the time you figure out the required materials, gather them up, and actually build that thing, we will all be frozen human popsicles. That is not a real plan. That is a fantasy. Meanwhile, I checked my 9 remaining wheat seeds. Then I glanced at my warm sun. Wheat. The magical crop making you immune to cold for 10 straight hours. A brilliant, slightly evil, money-making grin spread across my face. I shoved all 9 seeds straight into my Hong Ming spirit field. Golden light. 10 seconds. Boom. That is where we leave it. 90 more glowing stalks. 100 total. 100 perfect golden antifreeze snacks. While everyone else was about to turn into literal ice sculptures, I popped a grain to test it out. Instant warmth flooded my body, like jumping right into a hot tub. All that tiredness just completely vanished. Stick with me here, because you and I are about to watch this get absolutely hilarious. I laid back on my plank bed, scrolling the chat while 10,000 people slowly descended into pure frozen panic. Not in a mean way, more like a, I have the exact solution, and I am about to become royalty way. Then night fell. The cold hit like an absolute ice train, turning the whole world into a massive freezer. The full Arctic package, zero mercy. And there I was, warm as toast, munching magic wheat, watching the chaos. Life is great as the god farmer. As the cold hit, chat turned into a totally wild horror movie. Health dropping, legs going totally numb, grown men crying for their moms. It was strangely beautiful. I mean, super tragic. Definitely not the absolute perfect setup for my new business plan. Free market activated instantly. A few lucky players with flint stones from their starter packs started demanding iron ore trades. First guy asked for 3 iron, then 4, then 5. An absolute world record for insane price gouging. But flint? Please. That is like selling matches on a sinking ship. Cute, but totally useless here. Meanwhile, I was just lying there like a lizard on a warm rock, absolutely vibing. The warm sun wheat made -30 outside feel exactly like a luxury tropical resort. Now, pay close attention here, because this is where I make my absolute genius move. Right when the desperation hit max volume, I finally listed 10 stocks of warm sun wheat online. The price? Oh, nothing much. Just 10 wood, 10 stone, and 10 iron per single stock. Your entire net worth for one piece. I even added a nice little note: exclusive supply, buy fast. Not responsible if you end up freezing over. The chat went totally silent for 3 seconds. You could practically hear 10,000 people blinking. Then the volcano erupted. Guys were screaming, "Who the heck is Lu Qinghao? It is just food. My black bread is fine." But then some absolute genius decided to check my player profile. Guys, this dude is an F-rank farmer, the absolute lowest talent. The laughter was off the charts. Chat turned into a brutal roast session. An F-rank? Nobody is seriously trying to rip us off. A bottom-tier trash farmer charging that much. And then the most annoying guy showed up. Wang He, professional bootlicker. This absolute clown actually demanded I drop the price to 1 wood and donate everything to his precious Jiaoan. He called me selfish scum and literally said I should be expelled from humanity. Expelled from humanity for selling wheat in an apocalypse. The guy seriously typed that with zero shame. Everyone piled on. Give it to Xiao Tian for free. Apologize, and maybe you can eat scraps. One guy said he would rather freeze than buy it. Cool, freeze then. I literally did not care at all. Why argue when their brain cells are dropping faster than their health bars? I just waited for one smart person. I know what you are thinking. They are all clueless, right? But someone always reads the fine print. Sure enough, a quiet voice popped up in chat. Did any of you actually read the stats? Absolute dead silence. Then people finally started clicking the item description. Imagine the pure shock on their faces. Immune to all cold. 10 hours permanent stat boost. The entire chat had a collective mental breakdown. Suddenly, that overpriced garbage was looking exactly like the only magical life raft on a sinking ship. Those Flintstones everyone fought over? Compared to this legendary wheat, they were literally just decorative rocks. Wang O's eyes probably popped out of his skull. He wanted it so desperately. But instead of buying it like normal, this clown just doubled down, demanding I hand everything to Xiao for 1 wood. Because strategic resources belong to the strongest leader. Yeah, right. I grew these in magic dirt using my absolute god tier eternal rank hidden talent. But sure, let me just hand over my ultimate masterpiece because some loudmouth bully told me to. I didn't even dignify that with a response. Then, while everyone was still screaming and threatening and doing absolutely nothing useful, trade completely successful. Someone bought it. Full price. No haggling. Absolutely no drama. The chat froze. Wang Ho's jaw probably shattered the floor. Who was the crazy player who just dropped their whole fortune on wheat? None other than Suing, the S-rank Ice Frost Archer. The Ice Queen who totally ghosted Xiao Tian publicly. Trust me, you and I gotta love it. The coldest girl was the only one smart enough to pay for warmth. Let's dive right in. Our guy smiled, chilling on his bed like a king on a throne of pure logic. 9 stocks left. The night? Just starting. The global chat was absolutely losing it, cracking up at whatever total fool actually bought his expensive wheat. Wang Ha was literally rolling on the floor typing. Someone got scammed. Who is it? Then Suing dropped 6 words. This item is worth every penny. 6 words. That was it. No long explanations, 0 arguments. Just the Ice Queen herself, an S-rank talent, publicly hyping his product up like a massive celebrity endorsement. The chat went silent so fast, you could practically hear the gulp. Nobody, and I mean nobody, dares to call an S-rank player foolish. These exact same people were just worshipping S-ranks 5 minutes ago. Their brains completely short-circuited trying to process this. And then came the best part. In under 2 seconds, all 9 remaining stocks vanished. Completely gone. Sold out faster than frontline concert tickets. The chat did a complete 180. The exact same guys calling him trash were literally begging, calling out to Lu Qinghao like he was their dad. I'm so sorry for earlier. Please restock. I will bow down. Thump. 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 Big boss. Please forgive us. Little guys. Put more items up, please. He just checked his inventory. Gorgeous stacks of wood, stone, and iron, flowing in like a massive river of profit. He smiled. That Suing girl. Smart and totally stunning. A dangerous combination. He casually tossed up 10 more stocks. Same price. Not 1 coin cheaper. Right on cue, his favorite clown popped up again. Wang Ho typed, "Do not buy. Everyone boycott. If we refuse, he has to lower the price." Watch closely now. Some players hesitated. But then, oh man, Xiao Tian himself descended from his golden throne to drop some so-called wisdom. Young man, I advise you to be kind. Lower your prices to something reasonable. I will pretend this never happened. Do not burn bridges. The sheer audacity. This guy was making threats while pretending he was doing a favor, like some underworld boss offering fake protection. His fan club completely lost their minds. Xiao is so noble, unlike a greedy guy like Lu Qinghe. Lower the price now, or we will smash your shack to pieces later tonight. Oh no, a mob of freezing, broke, low-rank players are coming to smash his shack. He was just shaking in his boots. Honestly, you know what his response was? Nothing. He typed absolutely nothing. The market did the talking instead. Ding. Sold out. Ding. Sold. Ding. Sold. 10 simultaneous transactions just like that. All 10 stocks gone in a flash. The absolute silence that followed was so loud, it could have easily shattered glass. You and I both felt that, right? Every Wang Hao cheerleader and Xiao Tian fanboy just got smacked hard by the invisible hand of capitalism. Then reviews rolled in. This wheat is insane. I was passing out from the cold, and now I am warm. My health is actually regenerating. Best purchase of my entire life. Worth every single resource. Lu Chenghe, you are my one and only brother. Wang Hao, Zhao Tian, go sit on a cactus. Wang Ho was shivering so hard he could barely type. His lips were literally turning purple. His health bar kept dropping, and his big boycott had exactly 0 participants. Why, you traitors? We said we would all boycott this together. Nobody even gave him a response. Everyone in the global chat was refreshing the market page like their survival depended on it. Because it literally did. He listed 10 more. 1 second passed. Sold out instantly. Wang Hao kept typing his silly protests with frozen fingers while everyone else got nice and cozy. One player who just bought a stock went straight for the absolute kill shot against Wang Hao. Do you have an issue? Want to turn into an ice cube? Do not drag us down with you. I am warm as a blanket right now. Go cry to your mommy. Wang Ho probably almost blew a gasket right there. Such good times. He just kept restocking, 10 at a time. Same price. Never responding to a single message. Letting the amazing product speak for itself. The customers did all the roasting. The god farmer does not argue. He just sells his wheat and happily watches these fools fight each other. Xiao Tian and Wang Ha just sat there in the chat, looking exactly like 2 clowns who forgot to leave the stage after the curtain closed. Their massive boycott and warning basically aged like cheap milk in the summer sun. He did not even bother responding. Not a single word, not one emoji, absolutely nothing. And that was the brilliant part. He did not need to roast them, reality did it instead. The ultimate disrespect is not arguing. It is treating someone like they do not exist. He went full business mode. Every 60 seconds, right like clockwork, he dropped 10 more stocks on the market. Exact same price. Never discounted, never negotiated. Every batch sold out in under 3 seconds. Players went from, I would rather freeze than buy from you, to daddy, please restock. It was pure emotional whiplash. One guy was literally begging for just 1 single stock because his toes had already gone completely numb. Another was offering to name his firstborn child after him. After 9 rounds, 90 stocks total, he stopped. Just completely stopped. No more uploads. The global chat was screaming like he had pulled the plug on their survival. But he was done for the night. So what do you and I learn from this? A smart farmer knows when to close up shop. Look at this resource panel, absolutely jaw-dropping. Let us dive into this wild story. 910 wood, stone, and iron each. Lords start with 30. I just emptied every village pocket tonight. I was basically the richest guy in the apocalypse. My shack overflowed with crafting materials, so upgrading just made total sense here. Menu open. 200 wood, 100 stone gone. Boom. My trash hut became a solid level 2 fortified cabin. Way bigger, windproof, fully insulated now. It actually had real windows. I upgraded from homeless shelter to cozy log cabin in 5 seconds flat. Then the system snitched on me. Village announcement. Big congratulations to Lord Lu Chenghe for being the very first lord to upgrade a single building. Free reward incoming. 1 random resource chest. 200 copper coins. Plus reputation points. Chat absolutely panicked. Only day 1. Where did he get resources? Wait a second. From us. We are freezing in ruined shacks, while this F-rank farmer lives in a mansion. He seriously beat both S-rank lords to an upgrade. What crazy timeline is this? Meanwhile, Xiao Tian sat in his leaky level 1 shack, freezing his S-rank tail off, hearing that exact same announcement. I was not there, but I really love picturing the exact dramatic sequence. Eyes glaring red, fist smashing the wall shattering, freezing air rushing in, followed by a furious scream loud enough to wake up the whole realm. The guy actually punched a massive hole in his own wall during a blizzard because of me. An F-rank farmer he called weak. That wall insulated better than his fragile ego. But did I know anything about his meltdown? Absolutely not. Did I care? Even less than 0. I relaxed in my newly upgraded cabin, totally warm, happily counting my shiny new money. 300 copper coins total. Huge resource mountain. Plus, I kept 10 warm sunwheat stalks for myself, since I am quite smart. Then I eagerly popped open my reward chest. 10 pumpkin seeds and 100 more coins. Now pay attention. Normal people hate seeds. For me, better than gold. Every seed dropped into my Ming spirit field grows into something totally overpowered and ridiculous. Standard wheat seeds transformed into magical anti-freezing snacks. What will pumpkin seeds become? Some crazy house? A weapon? Nobody knows. And that is the fun part. I took one tiny seed and walked straight into the howling blizzard outside. Barely felt the chill thanks to that wheat. Standing before my glowing dark gold spirit farming field. Alright, little pumpkin. I chuckled like a total madman. Let us see what you can do. I tossed in the first seed, and the spirit field immediately reacted. Bright golden light blasted everywhere like fireworks exploding inside a greenhouse. A massive wild vine violently erupted out of the earth, thrashing like it was possessed. Roughly 10 seconds later, it spawned a basketball-sized pumpkin. Only the specific pumpkin looked like pure underworld demonic magic. Deep red, wrapped in glowing lava cracks, beating loudly like a heart. I touched the surface, nearly burning my hand completely off. Checking those stats made my jaw literally drop. Exploding pumpkin, one-time throw, deals 100 fire damage to anything within 5 meters. The system text casually warned to run fast after throwing. That is no vegetable. That is a grenade. Not a farmer anymore, guys. I am basically an arms dealer using dirt. I planted seed number 2 right away, because I absolutely needed to confirm if this was just beginner luck. Another vine shot up, producing something totally unique this time. A crystal clear blue pumpkin that looked elegant enough to sit inside an art museum. Freezing cold, tough as solid iron. This crystal pumpkin casts a barrier blocking all incoming ranged attacks for 10 whole seconds. Let that sink in for a second. Seed 1 gave a bomb. Seed 2 gave a shield. My garden literally produces military hardware. I tossed in the final 8 seeds fast, feeling like a kid tearing open gifts. Flew through them consecutively. The grand total? 5 flaming exploding pumpkins alongside 4 defensive crystal pumpkins. Just those 2 exact variants. Okay, so crop mutations have completely fixed predictable types. A bit repetitive, sure, but mass-producing actual grenades and magical force fields from regular veggies is insanely overpowered already. Any crazier would just feel unfair. I dropped the final seed, and the universe decided to absolutely show off. The earth violently trembled. A towering, dark gold light blasted upward, probably blinding nearby birds. Then, a creepy black vine covered in tiny red flames slithered right out of the soil like a beast. From the shadow realm, moving 10 times faster than normal, twisting into a seriously intimidating nest right on the dirt. Sitting proudly up top, a fist-sized, pitch-black pumpkin with lava veins. Instead of simple heat, it radiated pure, absolute devastation to anything standing too close. 1 in 10,000 chance. Secondary divine tier mutation. Hellfire. Exploding pumpkin. I checked the panel with trembling hands. 10-meter blast radius. 250 fire damage, plus 10 burning damage per second for 5 seconds. 300 total damage points. Insane. So what do you and I make of this? Throw this into a monster pack, and they vanish completely, leaving just a crater and tears. Stick with me here, this gets wild. I held a nuclear pumpkin, an explosive vegetable masterpiece from the system. Pure chaotic art. Honestly, I have never agreed more with an item description in my entire life. Armed with 5 awesome pumpkin grenades for crystal shields, and 1 single vegetable pocket nuke, I felt entirely ready to storm right out of that newbie village, and basically body slam whatever monster crossed my path. Meanwhile, the chat was losing its mind. Nobody could understand how an F-rank farmer upgraded his base first. Some claimed the system glitched, and my rank was completely fake. Others were just wildly confused and jealous. Shaoan was having an absolute meltdown inside his freezing little shack. The exact same one he angrily punched a giant hole into earlier. He desperately tried staying somewhat relevant, He posted a massive new speech about mastering alchemy and building epic golems to lead everyone to absolute victory. Naturally, Wang Hao was right there, instantly praising his every single word. Xiao Tian plays the long game. That farmer is just a lucky flash in the pan. But this time, barely anyone cheered him on. Most stayed completely quiet, knowing Xiao Tian was just offering empty promises while literally shivering away inside his heavily damaged little shack. While I offered real survival gear straight from my upgraded heated cabin. One guy is selling dreams. The other guy sells actual results. And winning tastes exactly like warm, magical wheat on a freezing cold night. I woke up feeling like absolute royalty. My level 2 cabin kept me incredibly warm. I slept beautifully inside a heated blanket, while everyone else basically shivered inside giant, freezing refrigerators. I enjoyed some warm sun wheat for breakfast. Now, pay close attention here. I faced the dark forest to go explore. Some people might call this move incredibly reckless. I call it packing 5 shield grenades and a vegetable pocket nuke. I bravely stepped right into the mysterious forest. Massive, creepy dark trees completely blocked the sky above. It gave off serious horror movie jump scare energy. A few hundred meters deep, I spotted 3 pairs of glowing red eyes staring right at me from the shadows. 3 massive black wolves, much bigger than normal ones, burst from the bushes, wildly snarling. The system officially labeled these dangerous beasts as demonized wolves. Level 1 80 health, 15 attack power. Anyone else would have run away terrified and screaming. I just grabbed an exploding pumpkin and smiled. Go, pumpkin beast. I tossed that bad boy straight into the wolf pack, like pitching a fast baseball at a very fun carnival game. Boom. Let's just say those wolves experienced a very brief and extremely fiery hot surprise. First victory, instant level up, done. 3 wolves, 1 pumpkin, and absolutely 0 sweat. Now, here's where things get truly hilarious. Because I later discovered exactly what was happening over on Xiao Tian's end at that exact same time. This supposed S-rank genius spent all night wasting his remaining resources to craft 1 alchemy golem, 2 meters tall, bronze steel, 200 HP, 20 attack. Honestly, very impressive. He felt incredibly proud of himself. Standing proudly by his creation like a happy dad at a science fair, he confidently marched into the forest, spotted 2 wolves, and sent his golem charging like a tank. The golem was stronger on paper, but wolves are super fast, and that machine essentially moved like a heavy refrigerator on clumsy legs. They kept dodging its strikes, while Xiao Tian cowardly hid behind a tree, screaming, "Hit them! Hit them!" He was minutes away from finishing that battle. A huge victory village announcement. You and I both know what happens next. Congratulations, Lord Lu Chunhao, for reaching level 2 first. The exact moment that notification hit his brain, his ego absolutely shattered. First to upgrade a base? Me. First to level up? Also me. The guy supposed to be a tiny F-rank underdog keeps winning every single race. And here is the absolute beautiful chef's kiss. He was so deeply shocked he forgot about the battle. The wild wolves completely shredded his golem apart like it was made of cheap tinfoil. His entire night of hard work, all those resources, all that epic crafting instantly destroyed in seconds. Then the wild wolves locked eyes on him. Word is, this S-rank alchemist, the completely self-proclaimed mighty future ruler who supposedly controls absolutely everything, sprinted away screaming like a terrified toddler who saw a spider, tripping, wildly stumbling, and practically crawling right back to his broken shack with the massive hole he punched yesterday. The chat was going totally wild. Level 2. One single day, farmer defeated monsters. With what? A hoe? If this guy is actually F-rank, I'll live stream eating my own shoes. Then someone asked the ultimate $1,000,000 question. Wait. Didn't Xiao say he would be first to level up? Where is he? At Xiao Tian. Silence. Long, painful, deliciously awkward silence. Finally, Wang Hao, ever the faithful lapdog, sent Xiao Tian a private message. Big bro, are you okay? Xiao Tian sat in his destroyed shack, golem in pieces, his huge pride tossed in the trash. Wolves still circling outside, he replied, with the smoothest cope in human history. Huh? Absolutely no rush. Let the bullet fly a little longer. I'm working on something big, my guy. You just ran home crying away from 2 wolves. His only big thing was a massive loss. That is where we leave it. I just strolled up to those defeated wolves, simply like taking out the trash. Let's dive right into this. I checked my stats instead. Level 2. Health. 120. Magic. 130. Base stats jumped. Strength. 12. Agility. 11. Constitution. 12. Spirit. 13. Nice. 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 But wait. Then I saw it. Charisma. 18. 18. That's almost double everything else. Apparently, eyeing up didn't just make me stronger. It made me completely irresistible. The system literally said it makes the opposite sex completely unable to stop staring at you. I went from kind of cute to who is that guy in one single level up. I never asked for this power, but I am absolutely not complaining. I opened my weapon chest reward and out floated the best dagger ever. Jet black curved blade with glowing crimson runes radiating absolute. I will destroy you energy. The system called it Crimson Fang. 25 attack, 2 agility, and a 10% chance to make enemies take 15 extra continuous damage. A perfect assassin weapon. I looted the wolves, grabbed fur, meat, and pocket change, then confidently headed deeper into the forest. The trees grew darker, the air turned heavy. Serious, you should not be here, vibes. Then I heard it. A massive roar shook the trees. A wolf, 3 times the size of the others, slowly stepped from the shadows. Gray-white fur, intelligent, extremely fierce red eyes. System tagged it as an elite monster. Level 2, 300 HP, 25 attack. Now, pay close attention here. My hand instinctively grabbed the Hellfire Pumpkin. One throw and this terrifying beast gets completely vaporized. But wait, no, that is my nuclear option. Using it on this guy equals swatting a fly with a rocket. So wasteful. Let us do this the fun way. The giant wolf lunged. I slammed a crystal pumpkin down. A blue crystal wall shot up between us like a force field. The huge wolf smashed face first into it. Bang, cracking the barrier, but bouncing right off. Like hitting a clear glass door. It completely missed. Stunned. Dizzy. Stars circling its head. I whipped 3 exploding pumpkins right at its face. Boom. 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 Minus 3 times 100. 300 damage equals 300 health. Perfect math. The fearsome Wolf King got launched through the air like a furry cannonball, totally scorched black. Hitting the ground completely defeated. Never even touched my clothes. Huh, I casually said, scratching my nose. That was easier than expected. Then the system announcement hit me. Village announcement. Congrats to Lord Lu Chunghao for achieving the first elite takedown. Giant demonized alpha wolf. Reward. Excellent grade resource chest, 800 copper coins, and massive reputation. The global chat reacted exactly how you would expect. He defeated a what? We are too scared to fight regular wolves. This man is soloing elites. From today on, Lu Chunghao is my father. My actual biological father. Hey, Xiao Tian, where are you at, bro? You still around? Someone saw Xiao Tian's golem get destroyed by 2 normal wolves. Hilarious S-rank talent. And he cannot even beat what Lu Chunghao uses as a basic warm-up target. Now, you and I were not there. But apparently across the village, Xiao Tian sat inside his dark, damp, hole-in-the-wall shack, reading every single one of those brutal comments, turning the bright color of a tomato about to explode. First building upgrade, me. First level up, me. First elite takedown, me. His entire identity as the village's chosen one was getting demolished brick by brick. And I was not even trying. I was literally just farming and throwing vegetables. Then Wang Hao sent him another private message. This message was pure poetry. Big bro Lu Chunghao made the global announcement board again. That huge thing you are working on. Is it ready yet? I do not know if Xiao Tian cried, screamed, or simply stared at his ceiling, questioning every life choice, but I like imagining all 3 simultaneously. While freezing in a cold shack with 2 holes in the wall, he punched himself. Meanwhile, I stood in a forest clearing, surrounded by scorched earth and wolf parts, checking my fresh loot, planning my next move, and looking 18 points of charisma amazing while doing it. Day 2. and I'm already the richest, strongest, best looking, and most hated by one specific guy in the village. Not bad for a humble farmer. The elite wolf still smoked on the ground like an overcooked steak. I completely looted the body, grabbing fangs, a nice wolf pelt, a skill fragment, and some coins. That rare skill fragment was incredibly juicy. Collect 3, and I unlock a whole new ability. Duly noted. I cracked open my reward chest. 20 seeds popped out. Not ordinary seeds. Excellent quality elf seeds. 20 of them. My hands were literally shaking. Regular seeds already gave me powerful grenades and antifreeze wheat. What would premium seeds produce? I sprinted home faster than I've ever moved in my entire life. Seed 1. A little tree grew. Dropped a green fruit called wind fruit. Permanent, +2 agility. Permanent. I ate it immediately. My body felt like it lost 10 pounds of gravity. Seed 2. A weird plant grew with the glowing crimson potion balanced on its leaf. Health potion. Restores 100 HP in 10 seconds. Classic clutch item. Seeds 3 through 11. More permanent stat fruits. Strength, fruits, constitution, fruits, spirit fruits, and more potions. I leveled up like an agricultural bodybuilder. My field became a stat buffet. Trust me, you and I are staying for this wild ride. Then seed 12 happened. The earth rumbled. And right there on my farm grew a massive 2-meter archer tower, crafted from dark iron wood and topped with a giant crossbow. A real military defense structure literally sprouted from the dirt. I grow buildings. Seed 13 gave another tower. I placed both at my entrance, creating an absolute crossfire strike zone. Stick with me here. My little farm just became a total fortress. And the best part is definitely about to happen. Seed 14 glowed pink. A massive flower bud erupted from the dirt, petals unfurling with pure drama, and from inside the bloom, a tiny figure slowly stood right up. It was a girl, a tiny little girl, barely reaching my waist, looking 12 or 13 years old, with vibrant cherry blossom pink hair, big, sparkling green eyes, wearing a cute leaf and vine outfit, carrying a massive bow, almost her own height. She sleepily rubbed her eyes, spotted me, and her adorable face completely lit up. She ran over on bare feet, and in the sweetest, softest voice imaginable she happily cheered. Master, congratulations. You unlocked a special unit, pink-haired elf archer ×1. Wait, I literally just grew an actual person from a seed on my farm. My eternal rank talent jumped from magic farming to literally creating life. I honestly do not know if I should be amazed or deeply concerned. This talent is wild. And her stats were completely legit. 150 HP, 25 attack power, precision shooting skills, and 100% loyalty, as strong as the elite wolf I just defeated. Except she is ranged and totally adorable. I planted the next 5 seeds lightning fast, hands blurring. Pink light, pink light, pink light, pink light, pink light. 5 more flower buds, 5 more pink-haired elf archers. All identical, all precious, all staring right at me with those giant green eyes. 6 tiny girls lined up in a row, barefoot, bows equipped on their backs, standing in perfect unison. Master, I'm clearly no longer a simple farmer or an arms dealer. I am now apparently running an adorable elf daycare that doubles as a military operation. Now watch closely as I plant the final seed. Number 20. This is where things get absolutely wild. The ground violently trembled. A column of pure white light erupted so high, it probably punched a hole straight through the clouds. A 1 in 10,000 chance triggered. Secondary divine mutation. My spirit field violently vibrated, acting like it was about to spawn something absolutely, completely ridiculous. Honestly, at this exact point, I wouldn't even be surprised if a whole castle popped out. This talent doesn't just break the rules, it completely rewrites them. A giant white lotus beautifully bloomed from the earth, looking exactly like a high-budget fantasy movie trailer. Standing right on top was another girl, but she was completely different. Silver hair flowing to her waist like liquid moonlight, and skin so perfect, it felt almost unfair. Piercing ruby-red eyes that looked like they could judge your entire existence in one glance. She radiated pure superior energy, absolutely knowing she was the best, but in the most stunning way possible. She gracefully stepped down from the glowing lotus, knelt on one knee, and spoke with the cool winter voice. Eileen, reporting to Master. I checked her stats, and my brain completely short-circuited. S rank, unique hero, highly growable, 500 HP, 50 attack power, 3 unlock skills, with the 4th one locked behind a level gate, and a passive aura that buffs all elf units by 10%. A special arrow attack dealing double damage and slowing enemies, plus a 30% speed boost. Her loyalty maxed at 100. Die hard loyal. I didn't just grow a normal soldier. You and I both know, this S-rank general leaves every single other talent completely in the dust. She was twice as strong as the pink-haired archers in every single stat. She possessed massive leadership abilities, insane burst damage, and elite crowd control skills. Basically, an entire one-woman army wrapped up in a tiny silver-haired package. I literally grew a god from a single seed. I quietly whispered to myself. Eileen definitely noticed me staring, her pale cheeks turning slightly pink. It was incredibly adorable, yet completely terrifying. Since this child-sized warrior could easily solo the entire elite wolf population, I coughed, acting professional. From today, the 6 pink archers report directly to you. Yes, Master. The 6 girls chirped in unison. Eileen knelt again. I will never betray your trust. 1 hero, 6 archers. I sent 2 of the pink-haired girls into the guard towers. The absolute second they climbed inside, ding, both towers fully activated. Little pink heads popped out the top with bows fully drawn. My territory upgraded from a sad farm to a militarized cute girl fortress in 30 seconds. Let me recap what happened today. I started the morning in a simple log cabin with some wheat. Now, I have a level 2 fortified cabin at 900 units of every single resource. Permanent stat boosts for magic fruits and health potions. A legendary dagger, 5 pumpkin grenades, 3 crystal shields, 1 nuclear pumpkin, 2 automated defense towers, 6 elf archers, and an S-rank hero who could probably arm wrestle a dragon, all from farming. I checked the chat for entertainment. People were still arguing over how an S-rank farmer defeated an elite monster. So what do we make of this? They think my farmer class is totally fake, and I just finished off a weakened monster. Stick with me here. Xiao Tian finally crawled out to share his theory, claiming I just got lucky finding a wounded elite. Pure cope. The guy who just lost his golem to 2 basic wolves is calling my epic elite takedown pure luck. His biggest fan, Wang Hao, backed him up, claiming Xiao Tian is working on something massive. Once it is done, that farmer is completely finished. But this time, the crowd wasn't buying it. Still working on something big? Bro, are you stuck? S-rank talent? More like S-rank talent for excuses. I am switching sides. Lu Chenghe fan from now on. Unfollowing Xiao Tian immediately. Somewhere in his busted shack, he was probably shaking with rage, swearing to build a tier 2 golem and wreck my territory. I just yawned. Cute threat. Come try it. My base has 2 auto turrets manned by elf girls, plus an S-rank hero who could fold you like laundry. I looked at Eileen and my 4 archers. They were strong, but only level 1. Time to fix that. All right, team, I smiled, cracking my knuckles. Field trip. We are going wolf hunting. Yesterday was an explorer. Today I'm a warlord, making this entire forest my personal XP farm. This god farmer does not just grow crops anymore. He grows armies, and business is booming. I was about to march out with my elf army when the sky did its weird thing again. A massive golden screen global broadcast. Queen time again. She looked worse, way worse. Her face was completely ghost white. These creepy, dark tendrils were crawling up her neck like evil vines, reaching for her face, biting her lip, trembling, eyes watering our beautiful goddess in total agony. Drama cranked to 11. The dark curse bar had crept from 5 to 8%. The countdown clock was ticking fast. 30 days and change left. The global chat reacted exactly how you would expect. Billions of guys simultaneously losing their minds. Who hurt my wife? I will destroy the abyss. One guy was literally crying and calling her mom. Another dude pointed out that the dark cursed tendrils kind of looked like stockings. The chat instantly went, "Ew, totally disgusting." Heavy breathing noises followed. Humanity at its finest. Now, pay attention. here is where it gets wild. Because while I was busy being productive, Xiao had his biggest brain moment yet. And by biggest brain moment, I mean the biggest scam. Sitting in his broken shack, staring at his golem parts, probably near tears. Then he saw the queen broadcast, and something clicked in that scheming little head of his. Wait a second, I am an alchemist. I do not need to fight monsters. I need to cure the queen. Now, did he actually know anything about this dark curse? Nope. Did he have any leads? Absolutely not. Did he have a single clue what he was doing? Not even close. But did he tell everyone he had it all figured out? Oh, yes, he did. He typed up the most inspirational, heroic, absolutely fake speech I have ever seen. Fellow lords, I have been studying the curse, and I have leads. But I need your resources to create a cure. Send me everything you have got. When I save the queen, I will share all the rewards equally with everyone who helped. Every single word of that was a lie, but the chat ate it up. Oh, my gosh, Xiao Tian has a cure. S-rank alchemist saves the day. Take my resources, king. Wang Hao nearly fainted from excitement. He launched right into a whole comparison speech. This is what a real leader looks like. Not like some people, Lu Chunghakov, who sold herbs at crazy high prices and only cares about himself. And just like that, the mob turned on me again. Give back the money you stole. Lu Chungha is humanity's worst enemy. Get out of our village. These people have the memory of goldfish and the loyalty of a weather vane. Yesterday, I was their hero and their god. Today I am humanity's criminal because some con artist made a pretty speech. Meanwhile, resources were flooding into Xiao Tian's inbox. People were sending him their last pieces of wood, their final chunks of iron. One poor soul literally sent a single black bread loaf, probably his only food. You saw this coming, right? What did our noble hero do with all those donated resources? He upgraded his shack. That is right. The man collected charity donations and immediately spent them on home renovations. Then he dumped whatever was left into building more golems for himself to come defeat me. Research the curse? He literally knew nothing about the curse. He could not research his way out of a paper bag. The whole thing was a fundraiser where he was the only charity. 358 wood, 267 stone, almost 200 iron, all scammed from desperate people saving a queen. And the most beautiful irony, the one person in this entire village who actually has the power to grow miraculous things that could potentially help with the curse, that would be me, is the one they are kicking out. But did I care about any of this? Not even a little bit. Let the clown do his silly show. Let the sheep follow the loudest voice. So what do you and I learn? While they waste resources, I will be in the forest leveling up my elf squad, getting stronger, and minding my amazingly profitable business. Stick with me, you are about to see that wolves will not hunt themselves. Actually, with Eileen leading 6 archers, they absolutely will. I checked the global chat one more time. Thousands were handing their life savings to a guy who could not cure a simple headache, let alone a divine curse. I shook my head and told my squad, let us go. I marched into the forest with 5 tiny elf girls behind me. Eileen led the pack, silver hair flowing, ruby eyes scanning everything. The 4 pink-haired archers followed in absolute perfect formation. All 5 walked barefoot, stepping on dry leaves, without making a single sound, like adorable little ghosts holding boughs. Master, 5 wolves ahead, 300 meters, Eileen reported back. Cool as absolute ice. Can you handle them? Give the order, go get them. Eileen's ruby eyes flashed. Moon aura activating. A blinding silver ring of light pulsed outward, hitting all 4 pink-haired archers. Their cute, sleepy faces instantly transformed into totally fierce killer expressions. It was like watching little kittens become panthers. Eileen made one tiny hand gesture, launching arrows simultaneously. 4 glowing green streaks cut the air, and 4 wolves took arrows straight through the eyeballs. -28, -27. 4 giant wolves instantly collapsed before they even knew what hit them. The 5th wolf looked around like, where did everybody go? Then Eileen's arrow arrived. A blazing silver comet punched clean through the last wolf. -102. Critical hit. 5 wolves, 3 seconds. I did not even raise my hand. Simply beautiful, I said. Eileen's cheeks turned slightly pink. She quietly mumbled, and looked away. I am witnessing the most adorable combat sweep in history. We kept going. The forest became our personal arcade game. Wolf pack showed up, got deleted. 3 wolves gone, 5 wolves gone, 8 wolves, believe it or not, completely gone. My experience bar was climbing rapidly, like it was on an escalator. The 4 pink-haired archers leveled up after a few rounds, getting visibly, incredibly stronger. I felt like a proud dad watching his daughters score goals at soccer practice. Except the goals were wolf captures and the field was a perilous forest. Then we heard it. Ruahar, a 3-meter-tall demon bear, exploded right out of a cave. Huge muscles, glowing red eyes. This thing looked like a regular bear. Hit the gym for 10 years, then got possessed. Level 4 elite, 550 health, 35 attack, 30 defense. Now watch closely. Eileen immediately jumped in front. Master, get back. This bear charged at us like a freight train. Eileen ordered the archers to aim for the eyes, but their arrows bounced off its thick fur like rubber bands. -8, -9, single digits. This beast was heavily armored. The bear roared, stood on its hind legs, and slammed both paws into the ground. Shockwave attack. The earth cracked open in a line, heading straight for us. Scatter, Eileen shouted. She dodged like a speedy ninja. 3 archers jumped clear, but one little pink-haired girl was slow. The massive shockwave stunned her. She was frozen in place, and the bear's giant paw, big as a dinner table, was coming down right on top of her. Her sister screamed in terror. Then a silver blur appeared. Eileen materialized in front like she had literally teleported. She drew her bow. Moonlight gathered at the arrowhead until it was blinding white. Moon arrow point blank into the bear's descending paw. The insane impact actually deflected its strike. The massive paw smashed the ground inches from the archer, leaving a crater deep enough to bury a car. -85, plus a huge slow debuff on the bear. You and I both knew I was not just watching. That was my exact cue. The giant bear was slowed, distracted, back turned entirely to me. I vanished, instantly reappeared behind it. Crimson Fong flashed ruby red across its thick neck. -52, critical hit, health drain activated. The bear went berserk, swinging, but I was gone. The stunned archer recovered, rejoined her brave sisters, and all 4 started pumping arrows into the bear's eyes while Eileen and I tag-teamed it from totally different angles. It never touched me, not once. This terrifying elite went down screaming, collapsing, just like a mountain falling over. A huge pile of colorful loot exploded out like a giant piñata. Level up. I am level 3 now. And back in chat. Nobody noticed because they were too busy donating their last scraps to shout. Tyan's totally fake. Charity. I gave him all my precious resources for the queen. I donated my bread. Researchers need to eat. I demolished my own shack and sent him the wood. I will sleep in the freezing snow tonight praying for her. Wow, that guy totally demolished his house. I feel like my 10 iron was stingy. One man literally destroyed a shelter during a fierce blizzard to donate wood to a scammer. And instead of anyone saying, "Hey, do not do that," it actually inspired others to give more. These people are speedrunning natural selection, and I almost respect it. Meanwhile, I stand over a defeated elite bear level 3, surrounded by epic loot and tiny elf soldiers, getting stronger every hour. Trust me on this, let them feed the scammer. We feast. Stick with me here. That massive bear totally crashed like a skyscraper. Dust cleared, and right beside its roasted body sat pure loot. Colors glowing wildly across the forest dirt. Boom! Our entire squad leveled up from just that one epic victory. My pink archers instantly hit level 3. Eileen reached level 2. And the drops? Oh, the glorious drops. A skill book named Heavy Strike. 150% damage on my next attack, plus stun chance. Learned it instantly. Honestly, my arms felt like they downloaded firmware updates. A sweet blueprint for Bear King war boots. I literally held the materials, so I crafted them instantly. 15 defense, plus 2 huge strength points. Slap those bad boys on my feet like tactical boots. And the real prize? The Elite Brute Force Soul, permanent, plus 3 total strength points. 3 entire levels of raw strength from one drop. I used it. My bones actually crackled, muscles literally rebuilding themselves right there. I opened my stats and seriously almost kissed my very own screen. Level 3, Strength 20, Spirit 20, Agility 14, Constitution 15, and Charisma 19. Incredible. I could literally arm wrestle that monster's ghost and win. Eileen gathered up the leftover gear, bringing it over perfectly like my own little butler. I rewarded her with the quick cheek pinch. Her face turned instantly red. This cold, Elite S rank hero actually blushed just from a touch. Absolutely wild. Then my 4 pink archers swarmed me, puffing out their chests, eyes totally shining like puppies wanting treats. Master, we want our rewards too. So, obviously, I pinched all their cheeks. One by one, they giggled cheerfully like it was the greatest moment of their lives. I am leading a military force that doubles as a petting zoo, with zero regrets. We push deeper into the zone with Eileen acting as my radar. Now pay attention here. She abruptly stopped, pointing right at a random cliff wall. Master, I'm getting faint energy readings from inside that solid rock. I knocked on it, totally solid, but Eileen insisted the signal was inside. A hidden room. I cracked my knuckles. 22 strength points. Heavy strike skill. I wound up, punching the cliff. The rock totally shattered. One single punch. I literally smashed a huge hole in a mountain. Inside sat a dusty old chest covered with cobwebs. I kicked it open. Inside rested a super rare elf storage cabinet blueprint. 100 inventory slots with 90% freshness preservation. This means my magical crops would basically never spoil. This beauty was custom designed for me. The universe saw my overflowing shack and gifted me a fridge. Suddenly, Eileen's radar pinged loudly. 20 hungry wolves rapidly approaching us. 2 massive elites leading the pack. 20 wolves? I grinned. Just perfect. Eileen, handle those elites. 1 moon arrow fired. Elite wolf number 1 instantly vanished. 4 pink archers unleashed a heavy volley. Elite wolf number 2 became a total pincushion. The remaining 18 regular wolves. This was my workout. I dove right into the pack with Crimson Fang like a spinning blender dropped. Straight into a ball pit. 1 slash, critical hit. Wolf down. Heavy strike to another wolf's skull. Stunned. Finished. Loot just flying everywhere. These level 1 wolves had 80 health points. I easily dealt 88 damage per hit. Total tissue paper. 18 wolves cleared under a minute. I know what you're thinking. Was I hurt? Nope. 0 scratches. Hit level 4. And then, the system dropped a massive village-wide announcement. Leaderboard system is now active. Top 100 lords ranked by level. Chat erupted. Leaderboard. Who is number 1? Let's finally see who's actually good. Oh, this was going to be extremely entertaining. I was already level 4, while most villagers barely hit level 2. Meanwhile, that supposed S-rank genius sat in his shack, struggling to rebuild the sad golem that 2 basic starter wolves completely dismantled. Wiping my dagger clean, I gave Eileen another playful cheek pinch. She blushed again, totally adorable, while I waited for the whole village to see exactly who was sitting proudly on that number 1 throne. The farming god never chases rankings. The rankings always chase the farming god. The epic leaderboard dropped. I practically heard 10,000 people opening it simultaneously. Rank 1. Lu Qinghao, level 4. Boom. Rank 2 was Suing at level 3. And Xiao Tian, that S-rank chosen one, the supposed future world ruler, he was not in the top 10, 50, or even 100. The guy was literally still level 1. Sitting in the unranked shadow tier with folks who hadn't even left their shacks yet. Chat noticed immediately. Where is Xiaoan? S-rank genius cannot even crack top 100. Was he not working on something huge? Is his prostate actually okay? But then, right on schedule, Wang Hao galloped in on his clown horse to save the day. He delivered this incredibly dramatic, completely tear-jerking, Oscar-worthy speech. All about how Xiao Tian sacrificed precious leveling time just to research the queen's cure. How he was sitting alone inside his freezing, broken shack, starving, sleepless, slaving over intense experiments. A tragic hero, burning himself out to light the way for humanity. While you selfish people chase pure levels, Xiao Tian suffers for us all. Players actually cried. They immediately started donating even more resources. You and I know the truth here. One dude chopped extra wood to keep him warm. Chat became a charity telethon for a man who was, at that exact moment, just resting inside his fully upgraded level 2 cabin. You and I are about to watch a guy eating donated bread, roasting strange meat by a fire, and laughing at how foolish everyone was. Research? Research what? He was probably thinking. I do not even know what this curse is actually made of. He wasted all those donated resources upgrading his own house and building a massive golem. That whole Save the Queen mission? Just a huge scam with extra steps. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, I stood on a pile of 20 defeated wolves, like it was just another totally normal Tuesday. Time to clean up, I declared. My 4 pink archers dived right into that monster pile like kids at an Easter egg hunt. One little girl pulled a sharp fang from a wolf, sprinted right over to me, holding it super high like a trophy, and squealed, "Masteruk. It is so pointy." I pinched her cheek. "Awesome job. That is for making weapons." She beamed so brightly, her eyes turned into tiny little crescents. The other 3 immediately started racing to find way cooler loot. One dragged over a wolf hat bigger than her own head. I plopped it right onto her pink hair. "Yours now." She spun around in happy circles, showing it off to her sisters like she had just won a crown. These girls take down beasts with absolute surgical precision, then act exactly like puppies getting sweet treats. My heart cannot handle this. More gear dropped, wrist guards, a basic bow. All garbage tier stats, but absolutely perfect for fully equipping the squad. I handed everything out. The little ones were so thrilled, happily chattering and comparing their new accessories. Eileen naturally stayed completely silent. She just quietly organized every single material into very neat categories. She carried the biggest pack herself, standing exactly half a step behind me, like the world's most elegant professional bodyguard and accountant. Now, you and I need to look closely at this haul. 1,771 copper coins, plus massive mountains of monster materials. We marched home, 4 pink archers waddling under completely oversized backpacks of loot. Eileen silently carried the heaviest load without a single complaint. I led the parade like a general returning from conquest. The 2 tower girls spotted us first. Little pink heads instantly popped out of the turrets. Tiny arms waved frantically. "Master is home. Sisters are back." I looked around my territory. A fortified cabin, a magical spirit field, 2 armed guard towers, a storage blueprint ready to build, 6 elf archers, 1 mighty S-rank hero, almost 2,000 coins, reaching level 4, and it was only day 2. Meanwhile, Xiao Tian was somewhere eating stolen bread, building robots with charity cash, just pretending to save the world. And somewhere in the chat, Wang Hao was busy writing another long essay about what a hero he was. And here I was, surrounded by my little elf family, totally drowning in loot, sitting right on the #1 throne. Life as a farmer hits so different when your farm grows. "Soldiers. Master, where exactly do we put all this stuff?" One little archer was heavily dragging a massive wolf pelt twice her own size across the ground, looking up with those giant green eyes. "Fair question." My cabin was already stuffed with 900 units of resources, like a messy closet after Black Friday. "Watch this move." I pulled out my elf storage cabinet blueprint, slapped down 300 wood, 50 stone, and 100 coins. I watched as glowing materials flew up, assembling themselves into a gorgeous 3-meter-tall pale blue wooden cabinet with elegant vine carvings all over it. The thing looked like it belonged right in an elven museum. You and I both see this, right? 100 slots, 0 spoilage. Food lasts forever, and those archers lost their minds. They surrounded the cabinet, touching it, and going ooh, like they had never, ever seen furniture before. To be fair, they were literally born from flowers this morning, so they probably had not. I loaded everything inside. Loot, pelts, meat, wheat. The huge cabinet easily swallowed it all with room to spare. A little green preserving icon happily appeared on all the food items. Absolute perfection. After a long day of battling beasts and hardcore resource hoarding, I was finally exhausted. I sat in a chair outside my cabin and just breathed. I proudly looked over my entire territory. Fortified magic field, 2 guard towers, a fancy storage cabinet, 6 cheerful elf girls, 1S rank hero. Life was amazing. The 4 pink archers passed out in the spirit field, just flopped over in the magical soil like tired little kittens after a long day. Pink hair everywhere, little bellies rising and falling, tiny smiles on their sleeping faces. My heart could not take it. Then, I finally felt it. 2 small, soft hands landed gently on my shoulders and started kneading. Eileen had appeared behind me without a single sound. Of course, she did. She has a 30% movement speed bonus, was giving me a shoulder massage, and she was absolutely amazing at it. Every press hit exactly the right spot. My muscles were melting. I could also feel her gently pressing against my back. And I will very respectfully skip the details and just say the whole situation was pleasant. That is nice, I mumbled, with my eyes closed. Her ears were definitely turning red, but trust me, you're going to want to see this. I lazily opened the chat, ready for today's absolute circus. Half the village was literally worshipping my level for ranking. Pure praise everywhere. Stick with me, you and I are watching folks blindly fund Xiao Tian's fake research after Wang Hao's ridiculous propaganda. Wang Hao painted this dramatic picture of Xiao Tian freezing in a broken shack, starving, completely exhausted, supposedly giving up everything to save the queen. People were literally crying. One dude gave away his last meal. Another actually wrecked his own house again just for the wood. Meanwhile, our fake hero was chilling in his secret level 2 cabin, eating roasted meat by a warm fire, spending those donations to build weapons just to take me down. The absolute hypocrisy was stunning. Bored out of my mind, I scrolled the market for fun. Some player tried selling a flint stone for 15 iron, basically triple yesterday's price. And the comment section absolutely destroyed him. Then Wang Hao magically appeared in the replies to somehow make this my fault. This guy could watch someone trip and still find a creative way to make it my fault. Anyway, the funniest listing was some player trying to trade a totally busted wooden bow for my premium warm sun wheat stock. The comments nailed it perfectly. I have a rusty bicycle looking to trade for a Bugatti. Serious offers only. And boom, Wang Hao popped up there too, claiming it is not his fault. The real villain is Lu Qinghao for draining resources. Someone immediately fired right back. Wang Hao, you could attend a funeral and still find an excuse to blame Lu Qinghao. Shame the freezing blizzard did not finish you. I kept scrolling through this chaos. Eileen's hands were working absolute magic on my shoulders. The elf babies were napping in the garden, and 2 tower guards watched over everything. When something specific caught my eye, something interesting, something that made me instantly stop scrolling. Pay close attention here. I leaned forward, pausing Eileen's hands. I said. The god farmer found something worth shopping for. I was scrolling out of pure boredom, but then this item made my farmer senses completely tingle. Some player named Lu Jiaoi was selling 10 shriveled mystery seeds for 10 wood. 10 wood? That is basically spare pocket change for me. His description simply read, inherited seeds. No idea what they will grow. Just trying to fix my broken house. Nobody bought them. 0 comments. Because in a system where everyone is obsessed with weapons, who wastes precious materials on random seeds? Me. That is who. I hit buy so fast I nearly cracked my screen. The seller instantly replied, wow, bro, you are generous. Hope you grow a fairy. I smiled. Buddy, you have no idea how close to the truth you actually are. Then I saw it. Top of the market, glowing blue. A fine quality item. My breathing just stopped. The best seeds I ever planted were excellent quality. Those literally gave me an elf army and an S rank hero. But this was 1 tier higher. My brain practically short-circuited trying to imagine what my spirit field could do with this. Seller suing. Item, seed of the life tree. Quality, fine. Price, 50 copper coins. Wait, 50 copper? In a world where most players had maybe earned 1, 2, 3 coins total from hunting wolves, suing basically listed a Ferrari with the price tag only absolute billionaires could read. The comment section was pure chaos. Guys were offering hundreds of wood, stone, their entire inventories, their undying love, anything except the one currency she actually wanted. But she never budged. Copper only. Where do we even find 50 copper? I defeated 3 wolves and got a single coin. This will take months. It is over, bros. We will never afford the goddess seed. Smart woman. She knew copper would be the real currency later. While everyone panicked, you and I both know she was playing the long game. More strategic vision in one single listing than Xiao Tian has shown his entire life. I bought it without even blinking. 50 copper gone. Seed totally acquired. The listing flipped to sold out, and the entire market comment section had an absolute collective meltdown. Who just spent 50 copper like it was nothing? Some whale casually dropped a huge fortune. My goddess seed taken by another man. I need a minute. Then a private message popped up. Suing. Thanks. 2 words. Absolute maximum ice queen efficiency. Me. No problem. Good item. 4 words. Maximum cool guy energy. And that was literally our entire conversation. 2 players who actually respect each other's time. Unlike some fakes writing 500-word essays about their heroism while casually scamming. Donated bread. I brought the life tree seed to my spirit field. Even holding it felt entirely different. An overwhelming pulse of pure life energy flowed straight into my palm. The seed glowed translucent green, with golden lights swimming inside like living liquid. Alright, moment of truth. I planted it dead center, right inside my Ming spirit field. The explosion of green light that followed made every previous planting look like a simple birthday candle. A brilliant pillar of emerald energy shot into the sky like a laser. The entire field shook like an earthquake as life energy completely tsunamied across my territory. My 4 sleeping archers jolted awake, drool still on their shocked faces, eyes wide as dinner plates. They asked what happened, and trust me, you are gonna laugh. I stared, waiting for something incredible to burst out, but absolutely nothing came. Stick with me here system message. Top tier life tree seed triggered divine mutation. Estimated growth time, 2 whole hours. Literally every other seed, from exploding pumpkins to an S-rank hero, only took 10 to 15 seconds. But this thing demanded 2 hours. Even with my insane time acceleration field. That meant whatever was growing inside was so unbelievably powerful. So ridiculously complex that even my totally broken cheat code farming talent needed real time to cook. I grinned so wide the archers probably panicked. Oh, I will definitely wait. Whatever is brewing down there is going to be insanely overpowered. I'm just gonna sit back, get another shoulder massage from Eileen, and let the hype slowly drive me crazy for 120 minutes. This god-level farmer just planted his ultimate seed. And the upcoming harvest will absolutely shake the world. My 4 pink archers finally woke up looking like totally confused kittens. Messy hair, half-open eyes, wiping off drool. They instantly crowded around me, begging to know what I planted. Help me plant these first, I said, handing over the bag of shriveled mystery seeds. One girl peeked inside, instantly making a disgusted face. Master, these are totally ruined. There is 0 life energy left inside them. Can ruined seeds even grow? Another asked, looking genuinely worried. I just smirked at them. Ladies, you underestimate my dirt. They planted them anyway, because they are loyal girls who follow orders, even when their boss seems crazy. Now watch this. The second those ruined seeds hit the soil, boom, gold light everywhere. Pure miracles. The archers dropped their jaws so hard they probably needed a doctor. 9 seeds produced a cool grab bag of epic goodies. Glowing moss for light, night vision fruit granting cat eyes for 6 hours. And some epic confusion pollen you can toss at enemies to make them completely lose their minds. Nothing game breaking, but all genuinely useful stuff. Tin wood for all that. Steal of the century. My tiny fans were losing it. Master can revive ruined seeds. Master is literally a god. I was totally soaking in their worship when the 10th seed dropped. Flash! A white gold explosion, and a tiny tree grew with an actual ring hanging right off it. An actual piece of magical jewelry growing on a plant. My farm seriously has 0 respect for the laws of nature. Serenity ring, 3 spirit, 10% mana regen, excellent item. But I looked at Eileen and did the math. She burns through mana like absolutely crazy with her moon arrows. This ring on her finger means way more arrows, more damage, more everything. Eileen, this is yours. She froze up. Master, it is too valuable. You take it. She hesitated, then carefully slid it onto her slender finger. Her eyes went wide as magic flowed right through her. She bowed, cheeks totally pink. I will never disappoint you, Master. Master is so sweet to Eileen. The whole pink squad squealed. I pinched all their cheeks again, because that is apparently my signature move now. Then began the absolute longest 2 hours of my life. I sat back in my chair. Eileen massaged my shoulders. The four archers playfully chased each other around the spirit field like hyper puppies at a park, giggling and tumbling. I casually browsed the chat, watching players donate their last crumbs to Shao Tian's crazy pyramid scheme, just shaking my head at humanity's infinite capacity for total gullibility. You and I both know something insane was taking shape inside that glowing green spirit field. A holy silhouette slowly formed, radiating life energy so powerful. Even the air across my territory tasted completely fresher. Master, Eileen whispered from behind me. Whatever is growing in there is extraordinary. I can feel it. It better be, I said. I paid 50 copper for that seed. Tick, tick, tick. 2 hours felt like 2 entire years. Then, 0. Life tree seed has finished divine mutation. The green light pillar that had been simmering for 2 whole hours suddenly exploded to 10 times its size. Absolutely blinding and enormous. The pink archers stopped playing, staring with their mouths wide open. Eileen's hands froze on my shoulders. When the light finally faded away, there it was. A 3-meter-tall trunk carved from living jade. Every single branch pulsing ancient power. Every leaf was crystal clear, glowing with golden light from within, like tiny stained glass windows, lit by the sun. The life energy pouring off this thing was totally indescribable. It washed over the entire territory like a warm bath. The grass grew greener, the air got sweeter, even the elf girls looked way healthier just standing near it. My spirit field now featured a glowing divine tree right in the center, radiating enough life force to make an entire desert bloom. I stood up slowly, heart hammering, and walked toward it. Every single seed I've planted has been completely ridiculous. Wheat that makes you immune to the cold, exploding pumpkins, elf soldiers, an S-rank hero, even a magic ring on a tree branch. But this specific thing took 2 hours to grow in a field that normally finishes in 10 seconds. Trust me, you'll love this part. This tree is gonna be absolutely, reality-breakingly insane. And I planted it with 50 coins and a dream. The light finally faded, and standing right in the center of my spirit field was a 3-meter jade tree that looked like it was designed by angels on their best day. Every single leaf glowed. Each branch just hummed with ancient power. The air across my whole territory suddenly tasted like mountain springs. Let's dive right into this wild setup. A mythical, growable, ancient tree. The kind of insane rating making every other building feel totally pathetic. The permanent effects, unbreakable, boosting all friendly units' health and stamina regeneration by 50%. And the best part? It makes a sacred fruit every 12 hours. Right on cue, the very first one literally popped up on a branch. A pure white, fist-sized fruit wrapped in gentle mist, carrying the absolute most intoxicating scent I have ever encountered. I reached out, and it just floated into my palm, like it was waiting. Life sacred fruit, absolutely legendary quality. Effect 1 adds a full year to your lifespan. Effect 2 slows the abyss withering curse. Lasts for 24 hours. Effect 3 purifies your body over time and boosts debuff resistance. I just stared at that second effect for a super long time. The Queen's Curse. The same one the whole world was desperately scrambling to fix. The one Shaoan was faking research on with stolen bread. I was literally holding the absolute answer. For 3 seconds, my brain screamed to turn it right in. Grab those rewards. Become royalty. Then the smart part of my brain completely slapped the excited part across the face. Watch closely here. If I reveal this fruit, what happens? The whole continent finds out. Some level 4, nobody in a starting village owns a tree producing legendary cure fruits every 12 hours. Ancient empires with god-tier warriors would definitely arrive. Would they nicely negotiate and trade fairly? Nope. They would erase me completely and steal the tree. Plus, this fruit only slows the curse. It never cures it. So I would expose my biggest secret just for a second-tier reward. Not even the top prize. Literally risking everything for a cheap participation trophy. That is not strategy. That is pure stupidity. Not yet, I whispered, hiding this fruit deep inside my storage cabinet. Once I am strong enough to protect this, I play my hand. 30 days left on the queen's countdown timer. Plenty of time to grow. Time to get crazy strong, so nobody can touch me or my tree. Total patience always wins wars. Farmers actually know this best. Now, while I was being a totally responsible, strategic genius, let us check what our village idiot was doing. Xiao's second-tier alchemy golem finally finished. 3 meters tall, 400 health points, 35 attack, 30 defense. Built entirely using resources completely stolen from trusting villagers who thought he was researching a cure. The guy was practically foaming with excitement. He dropped a screenshot in the chat with maximum swagger energy. Look what I just built. Our combined efforts created this absolute masterpiece. Our combined efforts. Wild word choice from someone using charity to build a private war robot. The chat completely erupted in pure worship. 400 health points? Unstoppable. Wang Hao practically dislocated his jaw from bootlicking so hard. This is what true vision looks like. While normal people hunt little wolves, Xiao Tian creates absolute war machines. Then Xiao Tian, riding this epic worship wave like a surfer on steroids, announced he would go fight a level 3 elite immediately and share the loot with all his donors. The crowd went totally wild. He remembers us. Worth every resource. But then one quiet little voice in chat asked the single question that absolutely broke everything. Wait, did Xiao not say he was using our resources to research the queen's cure? Why is he building war robots and monster hunting? Total silence. Then another voice. Yeah, we donated materials for actual research, not to build his personal army. Then someone else asked, did he just spend our charity money on himself? And another, is this embezzlement at Xiaoyan? Can you explain? The chat got super quiet very fast. Somewhere inside his cozy cabin, the very one he upgraded using donated wood, Xiao Tian was definitely reading those messages and sweating absolute bullets. As for me, sitting under a mythical tree, surrounded by elf girls, holding a legendary fruit that could actually save the queen, and choosing to hide it because I am smart enough to wait. One of us is playing chess, while the other plays himself. This Xiaoan soap opera reached a brand new season, and I got front row seats. You and I both know drama never sleeps. Remember those uncomfortable questions about Xiao Tian building war robots instead of researching the cure? Well, it got way worse. Someone casually mentioned walking past Xiao Tian's shack and, oops, it was not a little shack anymore. It was a fully upgraded level 2 cabin. The chat went so incredibly silent, you could literally hear a pin drop in another dimension. Every single person who donated suddenly did the exact same math simultaneously. Hold up, upgrading a cabin actually costs how much? And he said he had absolutely no resources, so we gave him everything for research. Did this guy build himself a huge house with our donations? We destroyed our own shelters. We are sleeping in snow while he lives in a mansion. The outrage was building like an explosive volcano. Xiao Tian's entire fake savior brand is crashing hard. Trust me, you will want to see what happens next. Let us dive in, because Wang Hao just dropped the absolute craziest lie in all of global chat history. You fools! He screamed right into the chat. Format vision. Do you seriously want your lead scientist living in pure trash? Epic research demands a flawless, super cozy environment. Imagine leaking roofs destroying his genius ideas. He upgraded his base for humanity, for our survival, for the queen. I actually had to put my phone down. The sheer nerve. Absolute, weaponized nerve on full display right there. And the craziest part, everyone completely bought it. Oh wow, he is totally right. They felt so guilty for ever doubting him. I'm chopping more wood to send over immediately. We do not even deserve Zhao Tian. Get this. One dude sleeping outside in the freezing snow because he donated his entire house actually apologized for questioning the very man who took all his hard-earned materials. I just witnessed peak human foolishness. Completely breathtaking stuff. Wang Hao wiped his forehead like a shady lawyer winning an impossible case. Then Zhao Tian dropped the absolute coldest, most pretentious line you could imagine. Those who understand me need absolutely zero explanation. The rest deserve nothing. Then he confidently marched into the woods with his golem, looking like a proud king, fully funded by stolen charity materials. while his swindled victims actually cheered from the frozen snow where their homes used to stand. A few muttered, "Wait, something feels super wrong here," but their quiet doubts were totally crushed by loud cheers. I sat relaxing under my mythical tree, Eileen giving me an epic shoulder massage, and honestly, you have to admit, this circus is wild. Wang Hao is seriously talented. I laughed out loud. Like, belongs in a high-security prison. Kind of raw talent, you know? Master, what is so funny? Eileen asked from behind me. Just a monkey show, I replied, closing chat. I had seen enough pure comedy for one afternoon. The sun was shining bright, and my stats were completely stacked. My squad felt fresh, and deep in that forest, huge monsters were just waiting to become my shiny experience points. I stood up, cracked my neck, and checked my crew. Eileen had her glowing ring, plus 4 archer girls looking fully armed and super eager. 2 tower girls happily waving goodbye from their stations. Let us go do something massive. And off we went. 1 farmer, 1 S-rank hero, and 4 tiny battle machines marching straight into the dark woods. While behind us, a glorious mythical tree glowed, ready to save the queen, and a scammer rode a stolen robot into the trees, playing the fake hero. Same exact forest, completely different vibes. So, while I vacuumed up experience points, deep inside, Zhao Tian was enjoying his massive, totally unearned comeback moment. He marched directly into the woods with his shiny golem, built 100% using stolen charity materials, looking exactly like a spoiled kid flexing a toy his parents never bought him. Found a level 3 elite wolf, 150 health, 40 attack, 1 tier above my previous target. Have to give credit where credit belongs. The golem actually worked. The wolf completely failed to bypass 30 defense, taking massive 62 damage punches every single time. 2 minutes late, monster defeated. Zhao Tian finally leveled up to level 2. He literally screamed celebrating his level 2 milestone on day 2, while I was already level 4 and climbing fast. Can you believe this? Chat went wild because he finally hit rank 89. 89 out of 100. Barely above guys hiding in their shacks. Wang Hao reacted like the guy just won Olympic gold. See, when he moves, it is pure lightning. He will pass Lu Qinghao in just 3 days. 3 days from rank 89 to number 1. Sure, buddy. And I will grow wings from a random potato seed. Actually, wait, with my talent, I might. Then Zhao Tian, totally high on reaching the exact level I passed yesterday, delivered his ultimate villain speech. He aimed it directly at Lu Qinghao in chat. See this? This is real technological power. I admit you have some early luck, but this harsh world only respects true, absolute strength. My new golem could completely wreck you 100 times over. A simple farmer remains weak. Your vision and potential are hopelessly limited. Here is your chance. Hand over everything, become my loyal subordinate, and I forgive you. Otherwise, when the protection period completely ends, my army flattens you. He seriously demanded I surrender my entire empire and become his little lackey. The guy is level 2. I am 4. I have an S-rank hero, 6 elf archers, 2 defense towers, a mythical tree, and enough pumpkin grenades to obliterate his zip code. He wants me kneeling? Global chat went nuclear. Wang Hao was practically writing poetry about his absolute dominance. Fanboys screamed for my apology. A farmer stays a farmer. Kneel down or lose everything. Zhao Tian will absolutely crush you. Everyone completely held their breath, waiting for my response. 1 minute, nothing. 5 minutes, nothing. 10 minutes of total silence. Why? I ignored the chat to build my massive empire. Trust me, you really want to see what happens next. Stick with me here, because you and I are about to watch the most hilarious one-sided rivalry in gaming history play out. Zhao Tian dropped his whole dramatic villain monologue to an empty room, swinging massive punches at my reputation that hit absolutely nothing. The guy delivered the performance of a lifetime, but his only target was not even in the building. Wang Ho tried twisting the narrative, claiming I was terrified, saying Zhao Tian's aura completely paralyzed me. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm totally shaking over a level 2 player with 1 clunky robot built from stolen snack money. Definitely not busy crushing level 4 elites alongside my personal squad of magical elf girls. The wildest part of Xiao Tian's grand speech was not the empty threats. He actually believed his 400 HP golem could genuinely challenge me. I casually crushed a 300 HP elite using explosive vegetables, and now command an S-rank hero with 500 HP and a moon laser. His clunky little golem would never even reach my front door. My squad would turn it into scrap metal before it crossed 50 meters. But sure, I should be terrified. The god farmer completely ignores ants. While I focused on gaining power, the Xiao Tian comedy show dropped its best episode yet. He defeated a level 3 elite wolf using his donated golem, then instantly posted screenshots of his awesome loot, a nice claw weapon, and chest armor blueprint. The global chat went absolutely crazy. Xiao Tian returned. The king returns. You would think he saved the planet instead of reaching level 2 on day 2. Then the real comedy actually started. Now, pay close attention here. Remember his big promise to share loot? A sweet guy named Jangrer, who donated 200 units of his own resources for research, very politely asked if he could maybe have that claw weapon. Super humble about the request, basically bowing through his screen. Xiao's brutal response? Are you ordering me around? The chat temperature instantly dropped to absolute zero, way colder than a literal winter blizzard. Zhang tried explaining the promised supporter rewards. Xiao just cut him off. I do not have brothers like you. True brothers sacrifice for the greater good and never ask for scraps. He literally said that to the guy who gave him everything. You do not deserve my friendship just because you expected me to honor a promise. The absolute, sheer audacity. This guy took everyone's final resources, built a luxury cabin, their donated food, crafted a personal war machine, and when one single backer asked for an item, he insulted him. Then Wang Hao charged in like the world's most incredibly reliable circus clown. How dare you ask for items back? We gave out of love. You are so selfish for expecting anything. The angry mob quickly piled on. The guy who donated his entire life savings suddenly became the villain. Everyone was shouting, banish him from the village. But I noticed something beautiful happening in the background. A few quiet voices, almost whispering, wait, he made a promise. Did we get scammed? You and I saw that coming, right? The cracks were forming, but I had absolutely zero time for cheap drama. I was in the forest with my elite squad, completely clearing the area. Eileen acted as my personal walking radar. 3 wolves left, finished. 5 goblin scouts, right, eliminated. 4 pink archers would fire simultaneously. 4 perfect headshots. 4 enemies instantly dropping. Then Eileen would snipe the final survivor using a moon arrow before it even blinked. We were shredding through this forest like a massive lawnmower, through grass. I casually strolled behind them, scooping up sweet loot like someone collecting loose change at a park. I never even drew my weapon. My girls handled everything. Then Eileen stopped. Her expression turned serious. Master, 1,000 meters ahead. Something inside that valley is way stronger than the elite bear. We crept to a hilltop and looked down. Sweet mother of God. A wild boar the size of a literal house was sleeping peacefully in the valley. 4 meters tall, 8 meters long, covered in rock-hard black fur. 2 huge tusks like curved swords, each 2 meters long. This beast made the elite wolf look like a tiny puppy. Raging Tusk Boar King. Boss level 5, 1500 HP, 50 attack, 45 defense. A true boss monster, not an elite, a full-blown boss. The kind of nightmare that needs an entire raid party in any normal game. Eileen immediately jumped right in front of me. Master, this is too dangerous. We must retreat. Her face looked incredibly, genuinely worried. Cute, but completely unnecessary. Because I was already smiling. Retreat? I said, patting her silver hair. Why would I retreat from free food? I gave my orders. 4 pink archers, target the back leg joints. Eileen, aim perfectly for the eyes. Distract, disable, destroy. And me? I said, reaching into my backpack. I pulled out a tiny black pumpkin, completely covered in glowing lava cracks and dark red flames. The air around it practically screamed, extinction event, pure hellfire. Exploding pumpkin, 300 points of pure, concentrated goodbye. Eileen saw it, and her previously worried expression slowly transformed into something else entirely. Was that a smirk? The god farmer never runs from bosses. The god farmer brings produce. Now watch closely, because you and I are about to see what I did to this massive sleeping boar. Stick with me here. I threw a pumpkin right at his face. Wake up, piggy. That hellfire pumpkin traced a gorgeous dark red arc through the sky, smashing perfectly onto the boar king's forehead. Boom! Absolute fiery chaos erupted. Dark red flames blasted like an angry volcano. The whole valley became a massive barbecue pit, completely swallowing that giant boar. -300. Then the burn ticks kept rolling. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. It's 1500 HP bar. Lost a quarter instantly. My nuclear pumpkin totally delivered. But here's the tricky thing about a boar king. With 1200 HP remaining, it went absolutely berserk. The system helpfully announced rage mode, plus 30% attack, and plus 30% speed. It blasted out of those flames, looking exactly like a burnt holiday roast with pure murder in its eyes. Half its fur was pure charcoal. It smelled like the world's absolute worst barbecue, charging straight at me like a massive freight train on steroids. I shouted. My girls opened fire, landing 4 arrows on its legs. Eileen launched a moon arrow at its eye. The tiny damage numbers popped up immediately. -1, -2, -1. Only 1 damage. My archers were basically throwing party confetti at an armored tank. Even Eileen's moon arrow, which easily one-shots wolves, did a measly 16 points. This monster's 45 defense was basically invincible armor. Well, I mumbled, watching a 4-meter pig missile flying right toward us. That is not ideal. I slammed a crystal pumpkin onto the dirt. The bright blue shield wall shot up just in time. The massive boar smashed into it with the raw force of a small earthquake. The crystal shattered, but it bought us a few precious seconds. Run. We grabbed Eileen and booked it. Now, pay close attention. You and I are about to watch the wildest 20-minute battle in gaming history. Me desperately dodging, Eileen firing moon arrows to slow it down. 4 pink archers sprinting around, shooting its joints from every single angle. They did 122 damage per hit, basically filing down a mountain using nail clippers. But math never lies. 1 damage times 1,000 arrows still equals 1,000 damage. Slow? Absolutely. Yes. Boring? Absolutely not. Because a raging boar the size of a giant SUV kept trying to completely flatten me every 10 seconds. The boar stomped the dirt for a massive shockwave attack. 1 pink archer took a -25 hit, instantly losing a sixth of her total HP. I chucked a health potion at her like a quarterback. She caught it, chugged it. 100. Full health. Back in the fight. Thanks, master, she cheerfully squeaked, then immediately resumed shooting a giant monster 50 times her size. These girls are simply built different. 5 health potions and 20 minutes of kiting later, the boar was finally limping, completely covered in arrows, wheezing heavily. Eileen, finish it. She was completely exhausted and pale, but those gorgeous ruby eyes were still as sharp as razors. She drew her bow one final time, channeling every single drop of magic into one perfect shot. Moon arrow. That silver streak punched through the boar king's skull like a bullet ripping through paper. -88. Critical hit. That huge mountain of pork let out one last set oink, collapsing so incredibly hard, it literally shook the ground. Then massive mountain of epic loot exploded outward. The absolute biggest pile I'd ever seen. Level 5. Eileen hit level 3, and my archers jumped to level 4. You and I thought that was it, right? Think again. The biggest moment happened next. The sky didn't just flash gold, it erupted. A golden pillar shined so bright it covered the entire village. And the voice that spoke wasn't just some local village announcer. It was a continental announcement, the rare kind that broadcasts to every lord on the entire planet. A true global announcement. Congratulations to Dragon Jiao Warzone Lord Lu Chunghao for achieving the very first boss kill. Level 5, Raging Tusk Boar King. An unprecedented achievement. All races tremble. Reward, 1 epic treasure chest, 1,000 copper coins. All stats plus 10. Empire reputation 1,000. All stats plus 10 across the board. And guys, this was definitely not some tiny village announcement. This wasn't a regional announcement. This went straight to billions of lords across every single continent, every faction, and every race. My name, Chen Hao, the Frank farmer from village 10,086, just got broadcast to the entire wide world. Somewhere out there, Xiao Tian was proudly strutting around with his level 2 character and his charity-funded golem, probably mid-sentence, bragging to someone about how he'd totally crushed that farmer. And then my name completely filled his sky. Boss killer, continental record holder, all stats plus 10, and an epic treasure chest. I truly, desperately wish I could have seen his shocked face. The god farmer just went global, baby. The whole world heard that glorious harvest bell ring. The entire world literally stopped. Literally, billions of people across every continent, every faction, every race, all totally frozen, staring at the sky, reading my name in giant golden letters. Global announcement. Lu Qinghao, first boss kill ever. Not village news, not regional gossip, but planetary headlines. The entire world learned my name at the exact same time. The reactions were absolute chef's kiss. The Eagle Nation chat exploded. Impossible. He must be hacking. Our strongest guy is only level 3. What do you and I learn? The Cherry Blossom chat panicked. What? Our sword saint is fleeing elites. And this guy killed a boss? Alright, stick with me here. The Kari chat is going wild. Quick, bring my sacred oils. I feel my epic power awakening. My absolute favorite. Meanwhile, the Kimchi chat studied ancient records and confirmed that Lu is actually a surname from their very own country. He is clearly one of us. They literally tried claiming me based on my last name. Peak comedy. Absolutely hilarious. Back in my village, the chat went from dead silent to total nuclear meltdown. Loosen, loosen, loosen. Who was calling him a simple farmer 5 minutes ago? Where are you all now? Zhao Tran, Wang Hao, need some ice? Their faces look totally swollen. Someone check on Zhao. He was just bragging about his level 2 achievement. And Zhao Tian. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Zhao Tian. This guy just finished his heroic level 3 elite takedown. He just posted his big villain speech threatening to crush me. Just declared himself true king of the village. And then my continental announcement filled the sky. Like a deity personally writing, sit down across the glowing clouds. From what I heard later, he literally lost his mind. Not metaphorically. Utter panic actually left his actual mouth. His mental state shattered like a glass window smashed by a bowling ball. Wang Hao, ever delusional, sent him a desperate lifeline. Watch closely with me here. He definitely found a fading boss and stole the victory. Absolute pure copium and delusion. And Zhao Tian grabbed that excuse like a drowning man grabbing a floaty. Yes, he is a fraud. Just lucky. My golems are the real power. I will build tier 3, tier 4, absolute destruction. The man was literally hallucinating a comeback, standing in a forest with dirt on his chin. Beautiful, but I knew nothing. I was too busy having the best moment of my life. The 10 all stats reward hit like a tidal wave. Every bone, every muscle, every brain cell got turbocharged simultaneously. I gasped. It felt incredible. I checked my stats and my jaw dropped. Level 5. Strength, 35. Agility, 27. Constitution, 28. Spirit, 32. Charisma, 30. 35. Strength. I could probably punch straight through a castle wall. And charisma, 30, totally unreal. I am a walking gravitational field for eyeballs. My girls mobbed me. Eileen had actual glowing stars. Her cool composure completely gone. The pink archers literally hung off me like Christmas ornaments, squealing. Master is the absolute best. The boss loot was insane. Tusks for weapons, thick hide for armor, ring blueprint, a war stomp book. Area of effect damage that hits everything within 5 meters and heavily slows them, and a territory upgrade scroll that instantly bumped my land to level 2, doubling its total size and unlocking a warehouse and barracks. I learned the stomp, used the scroll, and watched my territory expand in real time. More space, buildings, everything. And then the grand finale, the epic treasure chest. Purple gold metal covered in runes. The kind of box that makes angels sing when opening it. I cracked it. Purple light exploded upward. 3 radiating items floated up. You and I both know this changes absolutely everything forever. I looked at them, smiled so wide my face hurt, packed my loot, gathered my elf squad, and marched home through the forest, happily whistling. Day 2. Global record holder. Level 5. Stats of a demigod. A mythical tree. An S-rank hero. An elf army. A territory upgrade. And 3 mystery items from an epic chest burning my backpack. The god farmer went global today, and tomorrow is going to be even better. I got home after dark, and my tower girls greeted me like golden retrievers greeting their owner. Pink heads popping, arms waving. Master is home. I swear, no matter how brutal the day was, coming home to this never gets old. Epic chest time. 3 items, each one more completely ridiculous than the last one. First, Moonwell Blueprint, a rare magical building that gives all friendly units 5% bonus stats. Plus, it produces a mana potion every 24 hours that has a chance to permanently boost Spirit. Oh, extra benefits for elf units. It is like the universe saw my elf army and said, here is a performance bonus for the squad. Cost to build, 1,000 of each resource, plus 1,000 coins. Expensive, but absolutely worth it. Item 2. Epic Grade Longbow. 80 attack, 10 agility, faster shooting, ignores defense. Equipment requirement? Simple. Elf hero unit. I slowly turned my head toward Eileen. This is yours. Eyes widened. Her mouth opened. Hands trembled. Master, it is too precious. Take the bow. She hugged it. The coldest, most composed warrior in my entire army was clutching a weapon to her chest like a child on a holiday morning. My heart grew 3 sizes. Item 3. Unit Promotion Scroll. Upgrades 1 soldier past their racial limits. So what do you and I make of this? I asked who wants to evolve, and 6 tiny hands shot up instantly. Alright, stick with me here. They were practically climbing over each other, puffing out their little chests, desperately trying to look like the absolute best choice for promotion. I chose the girl who raised her hand first. Honestly, she tried the hardest to show off her skills. Suddenly, brilliant golden light swallowed her whole. Her stats skyrocketed, and her physical height grew, from waist high to a gorgeous 5'3". Her pink hair grew longer and silkier. Her cute baby face sharpened into pure elegance. Her whole design upgraded, from an adorable little kid to a totally dangerous young woman in 5 seconds flat. Elite pink-haired elf archer, 350 HP, 45 attack. New skill, double shot. She knelt down, her familiar eyes looking completely reborn. Thank you, Master, for this amazing rebirth. The other 5 archers stared at their transformed sister with enough pure jealousy to fuel a reality show. Their tiny faces basically screamed, I want to be tall too. Sorry ladies, only 1 scroll today. Next time for sure. Anyway, time to build. Hitting level 2 finally unlocked a warehouse and some barracks. Both super important structures, but my eyes were completely locked on the Moonwell. That 5% global stat buff makes everyone permanently stronger. The only problem? It costs 1,000 of every single resource. I was sitting at roughly 950 wood, 920 stone, and 960 iron. So incredibly close. I just needed about 50 to 80 more of each. I could go chop trees and mine rocks like a regular peasant. Or, my eyes slowly drifted right toward the storage cabinet. Inside sat all those epic goodies from Mystery Seeds, glowing moss, awesome night vision fruit, and confusion, pollen. Now watch closely, because here is where you and I witness pure evil. Genius. A slow, beautifully wicked grin spread across my face. Shop is officially open. A true god farmer does not chop wood. He sells magic produce to desperate players at incredibly premium prices. Ruthless capitalism never felt this warm and fuzzy. Opening the shop, I watched the entire global chat lose their collective minds. I listed 2 rare items. Night vision fruit for 6 hours of sight, and confusion pollen. Throw pollen at monsters, and they fight each other. Priced at 100 resources each, because I absolutely know my worth. Global chat completely exploded. What are these godly items? Then they saw my crazy price tags, and the absolute screaming started. Too expensive. I already gave everything to Xiao Tian. I completely regret my life choices. Then the third-ranked player on the entire leaderboard bought my pollen and instantly posted a glowing review. I was getting wrecked by 2 elite wolves. I threw the pollen, they mauled each other, and I wiped them both out. Level 3, baby. Worth every single resource. 3 seconds later, completely sold out. My inventory went empty as resources poured down like heavy rain. Wang Hao tried his usual hating routine, calling my items trash compared to Xiao Tian's golem. He got absolutely demolished in the comments. A golem cannot help me fight. Lu Qinghan's magic items actually save lives. You absolute clown. Stop barking like a loyal pet dog. Now, you and I both love an epic success story. With freshly stacked resources, it was finally time to build. Constructing the moonwell. Bright moonlight poured directly from the sky, dissolving raw materials into pure, shimmering energy. Right in the center of my territory, a magical well of moonstone and ancient elfwood fully materialized. It was filled with crystal clear water and glowing silver mist. The exact second it finished building, a massive wave of energy instantly swept across my entire territory. Everyone felt the power. My elf girls literally started glowing, their flawless skin shimmering with soft, magical moonlight. One closed her eyes, whispering how incredibly comfy it felt in the tiniest, cutest voice imaginable. Next up, I quickly built the warehouse and barracks. I sent my 2 tower guards to train in the barracks. 10 XP per hour. Passive leveling while they sleep is absolute peak efficiency, baby. Oh, and remember those epic chest items I casually saved for later? The Wind's Whisper longbow, epic grade, 80 attack, 10 agility, faster shooting, and arrows that completely ignore defense. I gave it straight to Eileen, but she nervously tried to refuse. I basically had to force it into her hands. She instantly hugged the bow like it was her absolute, most precious treasure. The Ice Queen was totally melting. Then, the unit promotion scroll let me upgrade 1 archer. I picked a pink-haired girl, and golden light instantly swallowed her. When the intense light finally faded, she wasn't a tiny rookie anymore. She evolved into a stunning 5'3" teenager. Longer hair, beautifully sharp features, everything upgraded. Her stats fully doubled, unlocking the double shot skill. She respectfully knelt before me, aimed like a totally reborn warrior. Thank you, master, for this amazing rebirth. The other 5 archers just stared with raw, undiluted jealousy. 5 pairs of huge eyes basically screaming, why not me? Sorry, ladies. 1 scroll means 1 upgrade. First come, first served. That night, the glowing moonwell and the full moon bathed my entire territory in beautiful silver light. The remaining 4 little archers peacefully fell asleep right inside my magical spirit field again. Sleeping outside because plant energy feels nice. Total elf logic. And that is exactly where you and I leave this wild story. Stick with me here. Let us dive right into day 3. I headed to my cabin with Eileen, just lounging comfortably outside. Eileen gently massaged my tired shoulders. This was becoming a daily routine. 0 complaints here. I watched my elf girls splashing around in moonwell water. 6 total, 5 tiny, 1 newly grown. Just giggling and playing barefoot in magical water under the bright morning sun. Absolute perfection. Feeling Eileen's cool fingers working out my sore muscles and hearing my little army laughing, I thought, I am literally living way better than actual royalty. Then the sky suddenly cracked open. A massive golden screen global broadcast appeared. Queen update, day 3. Meanwhile, I sat on my throne of pure victories, getting massaged near my mythical tree and moonwell. Oh, plus, NS rank hero packing an epic bow, a freshly evolved elite archer, and the absolute #1 ranking continent-wide. Honestly, not bad for a simple farmer with terrible starting talent. The giant sky screen lit up. Queen broadcast, round 3. She looked awful. And by awful I mean devastatingly gorgeous, but clearly fading. That dark curse had spread. Creepy black tendrils crawled all the way up her legs, basically looking like she was wearing some kind of wicked, evil enchanted stockings. Her beautiful face looked completely pale, teary-eyed, biting her lip, barely holding everything together now. The global chat reacted exactly how you would expect. Billions of guys watching a gorgeous woman suffer would react. Someone cried, what happened to my wife? Those dark marks look like stockings. Just total chaotic thirst. Disgusting. You guys should be furious, not excited. Curse progress, 10%. Timer, 29 days. Definitely getting worse. Eileen watched quietly from behind me, whispering gently, Master, she looks pitiful. I just glanced toward my storage cabinet, where a specific sacred life fruit sat quietly. A fruit that could easily slow her curse. I just smiled. Relax, she will be fine. Then the system suddenly dropped something incredibly interesting. Special event. A rare goblin merchant just spawned somewhere deep in the forest. Epic blueprints, mysterious materials. He leaves in 5 hours. Find him. The entire village switched from Save the Queen mode to crazy treasure hunt mode so fast. Total whiplash. People were literally tumbling out of their wooden shacks, sprinting straight into the dense forest. Players yelled, I'm getting rich. Forget the queen right now, find that goblin. My tracking talent rocks. Now watch closely. You knew this was coming. Xiao spotted his big lucky break. Hearing about those rare blueprints, the sneaky guy woke up. His shady scammer brain instantly went into overdrive. If he snagged a high-tier alchemy blueprint from this goblin, he could craft stronger golems. 3rd tier, 4th tier, then he could finally destroy my farm. At least that is what the little hamster wheel inside his head planned. But he fully knew he could never find that goblin alone. So his next move? He shamelessly pulled the exact same trick a 3rd time. He announced, the goblin merchant items might actually be the golden key for our queen. We must unite and find him. Form a search party under my leadership. All loot goes toward queen research, I promise. Remember, this is the guy who used charity money to build his own mansion. The jerk eating donated bread while his followers froze in snow. The exact same guy who completely rejected a donor asking for basic help. People still fell for this absolute nonsense. 500 gullible players actually showed up directly at his doorstep. 500. A literal army of scam victims volunteering to be manipulated again, loudly chanting for her. I know what you are thinking. Absolute madness. As their leader calculated which blueprints to steal, his buddy was practically levitating, hyping up their unity. Let that selfish farmer try competing against 500 of us. Xiao stood proudly on his porch like some discount general, eyed his army of useful idiots, and shouted, for the queen, for glory. Move out for our queen. 500 voices screamed back, charging forward blindly. A completely massive, disorganized mob, crashing through the dark forest like wild, blind elephants. Meanwhile, their lazy commander sat perfectly comfortable in the center, just waiting for someone else to spot the goblin so he could steal everything. His real strategy? Use 500 players as free scouts. The exact second anyone spots that goblin, he rushes over with his golem, claiming it all. For research? Sure. Totally. Definitely not for building heavy war machines to crush me. Absolutely not. How dare anyone even suggest that? Meanwhile, I was comfortably sitting in my chair getting a premium shoulder massage from Eileen, happily watching elf girls splash around in my moon. Well, while a mythical tree grew legendary fruits behind me, holding enough firepower to obliterate a city. Did I desperately rush out to find this goblin? Panic? Did I organize some messy search party? Nope. I took another bite of magical wheat, soaking up morning sun, because the god farmer never chases goblins. The goblins come to him. So what do you and I make of this madness? Sometimes chilling pays off. I watched 500 fools stampeding into the woods for loot. Totally fine with missing out. That Xiao guy seems like an absolute idiot, Eileen whispered from behind, her fingers still working my tired shoulders. No, I gently corrected her. Stick with me here. He isn't the fool. The real fools are his 500 paying customers. Xiao Tian's scheme? Super obvious. Use 500 unpaid scouts. Chill in the center doing literally nothing. Wait until someone spots the goblin, dash over, and steal everything. Classic shady boss tactics. Assign all the heavy lifting. Steal glory. Honestly, it was a totally solid strategy. 500 searchers scouring the whole massive forest versus my 6 elf girls. The math was terrible. I was honestly ready to let Xiao Tian take this easy win. Should we search too, master? Eileen asked. No way. Finding one random merchant in this massive forest within 5 hours. Total needle in a giant haystack. We should definitely just hunt elites. I had already accepted it. You lose sometimes, no big deal whatsoever. But right then, Eileen's hands suddenly froze tightly on my shoulders. Her entire body went completely stiff, like a predator spotting prey. Who is there? She spun fast, grabbed her epic bow, and aimed it right at the bushes near my territory's edge. Absolute S rank. Hostile intent activated. I followed her intense gaze. The leaves rustled loudly, and outpeeked the absolute most hideous green face ever. Pointy ears, tiny eyes, pale green skin, barely 3 feet tall, and carrying a massive backpack stuffed right to the very brim. Just absolutely wild to see in person. The Goblin Merchant. The exact guy. 500 players were frantically hunting, just standing directly at my door, openly drooling over my buildings. Actual miracles, it whispered, staring wide-eyed right at my moonwell and my life tree. Miracles. I just sat there, jaw dropped, brain completely buffering. Let me process this straight. Shaoan literally assembled an entire massive army. Now watch closely, because this gets hilarious. 500 hyped troops gave an epic speech, marching out, organized, while this goblin voluntarily walked to my house alone, because my beautiful base was just totally irresistible to look at. I never found the treasure. The treasure literally walked right up to me. What even is my life right now? Then the total creep finally spotted my elf girls. He started making these weird, disgusting little noises, staring directly at Eileen and the archers like they were a massive free buffet dinner. Eileen went from perfectly calm to absolute destroyer mode in less than a single second. The archers immediately hid right behind me, peeking out, looking totally terrified. I quickly stepped in front of them. Eyes up here, buddy. The goblin immediately snapped out of his trance, flashed a super greasy smile, and introduced himself. I am Giada, the mysterious merchant of 10,000 worlds. I hold completely unimaginable treasures. As long as you have the coins, nothing is impossible. He slammed his huge bag down, and a massive mountain of glowing items spilled everywhere. Hero Summoning Scroll. Summons a random loyal hero. Rare grade, 1,000 coins. An elf workshop blueprint. Builds a facility producing powerful elf weapons and armor. Rare grade, 2,000 coins. Plus 3 fine quality equipment pieces and tons of super rare crafting materials. I know what you are thinking. A hero scroll and elf workshop? Literally exactly what I needed right now. Then I checked my wallet. Just over 1,000 copper. The workshop alone cost 2,000 to buy. Everything. Way more than what I had. See anything you like, great lord? The goblin asked me, greedily rubbing its grubby little hands together. I want all of it, I said. His eyes flashed like winning slot machines, but I lacked the coins. His smile vanished faster than Xiao Tian's reputation. Meanwhile, somewhere deep inside a massive forest, 500 guys were tripping over roots, fiercely arguing about directions, and fighting each other over who reports to Shaoan first, desperately searching for a goblin who was currently standing right inside my living room, actually trying to buy my stuff. After walking here voluntarily because my base was too pretty. The god-level farmer doesn't hunt for rare opportunities. The opportunities, see his territory and think, I definitely need to do business there now. Now, I just had to figure out how to afford everything before this little green weirdo finally stopped staring at my elves long enough to actually leave. The goblin literally looked at me like I was insane when I admitted I didn't have enough coins. No credit, absolutely no exceptions. It squeaked. Relax, I will trade you stuff instead. I quickly pulled out a night vision fruit and some rare confusion pollen. The goblin's eyes almost totally popped out of its ugly little skull. This is impossible. These only grow deep inside the moonlight swamp, and this pollen is strictly from the misty forest. Where did you possibly get these? From basic pumpkin seeds and dead-looking mystery seeds planted in magic dirt, actually. But I kept that secret. So, deal or no deal? Deal. But then, the little con artist did what scammers do best. It totally lowballed me. These are worth maybe 500 coins, tops. Add 1,000 more, and I will give you the 3 fine equipment pieces. Generous offer. I paid up, got the heavy armor. Then I directly pointed at the hero summoning scroll and the elf workshop blueprint. Those two? The goblin's greedy little eyes spun wildly like slot machines calculating maximum profit. Those are my premium items. Tell you what, give me 10 more fruits and powders, and they are yours. 10? This little green gremlin was totally robbing me blind, but I kept my face perfectly calm. Sure, I handed everything over. The goblin practically vibrated with joy. Wild trade, right? Stick with me here. That little guy just swiped my entire rare item stash and 1,000 coins. He grabbed his teleport scroll, totally ready to vanish with my loot. He actually thought I was the easiest target he had ever scammed. Poor guy had absolutely zero clue he was trapped with an apex predator. I locked eyes with Eileen. Just one single glance. That was enough. She understood instantly. The goblin triggered its teleport scroll. Whoosh! A brilliant silver moon arrow struck it straight in the back before it could escape. -128. The goblin looked down at the impact mark, wearing an expression that practically screamed, this was definitely not in the business plan. Before he could process what happened, I was already right behind him. Crimson Fang flashed across his neck like a red lightning bolt. -92. Vital strike. Why me? Yeah, me. The goblin merchant completely collapsed, staring right at me with pure betrayal lingering in his fading eyes. He vanished, never understanding how his generous customer transformed into the ultimate final boss. In just 0.3 seconds, once his form dissolved, absolutely everything dropped. Not just his inventory, but my payment too. Every single coin, fruit, and pollen packet, all of it rained onto the ground in a glittering mountain of sweet loot. I got my items and money back. The refund policy was pure payback, but the best drop sitting on top of the pile was a glowing golden item. The goblin's greedy coin purse. Rare grade. Automatically generates 100 copper coins daily. A literal, absolute infinite money printer. This absolute beauty pays for itself in 10 days, and then just keeps printing coins forever. Watch closely now. Eileen stared with pure amazement, realizing she should never make her boss angry. Master, you totally planned this from the very start. Learn from the best, I said, pinching her cheek. I scored 3 fine equipment pieces, the rare hero scroll, the elf workshop blueprint, all my trade goods back, 1,200 goblin coins, and that amazing infinite money machine. Total cost? Absolutely nothing. The goblin tried scamming me, so I scammed him right back, defeated him instantly, and looted the entire gorgeous pile. This is exactly what happens when you hustle the god farmer. I handed the armor, boots, and chest piece over to my 2 archers, officially keeping that sleek dagger as my own personal sidearm. My girls cheerfully cleaned the loot pile, humming and skipping like they had not just witnessed their master execute a cold, ruthless merchant takedown. Then the system announcement hit. Village special event ended early. The goblin merchant completely vanished unexpectedly somewhere in that forest. 500 people stopped walking at the exact same time. 500 people who searched for hours straight. You saw that, right? 500 people totally wasted their valuable resources searching for a goblin already defeated by a guy who never even left his comfy chair. I never saw their faces, but I totally felt their massive confusion ripple across the village like a shockwave. And Shaoan, the supreme commander of the rescue army, who organized the absolute largest search party in village history, he was standing there, completely surrounded by 500 exhausted people, realizing his grand plan just evaporated because someone already eliminated their main objective. The god farmer never searches for treasure. He lets treasure come to him, buys it, defeats the seller, takes everything back, and gets a bonus money printer for his trouble. Business is strictly business. Time to use my hero summoning scroll. I breathed on my palm for luck, ripped it open, and bright golden light exploded high into the sky. A magic circle suddenly appeared on the ground, and from the light stepped a tall, fiery, red-haired girl in tight black leather armor with the absolute craziest body proportions I have ever seen, long legs, and curves that could easily stop traffic. And sitting right on top of her head were fluffy white cat ears, actual twitching cat ears. She stretched like a cat waking from a nap, showing off absolutely everything, then locked her intensely wild eyes directly on me. Stick with me. She strutted over with this hypnotic walk, leaned close, and sniffed me. She licked her lips, claiming I smelled like pure strength and many other girls. Was I her master? Right then, I felt Eileen's icy aura drop 20 degrees behind me. Eileen silently stepped closer, radiating absolute back-off energy. Our local ice queen was seriously unhappy about this flashy new arrival. A rank hero, cat assassin Yaoya, 350 HP, 60 attack, plus backstab, shadow strike, and 1 lock skill. Her loyalty sat at 85, not fully devoted yet, but workable. 60 base attack completely beat Eileen's starting stats. Now watch this closely. This girl was the pure melee damage machine my team desperately needed. I suddenly had an S-rank sniper and an A-rank assassin. 1 freezing ice princess, plus 1 flirty cat girl. They were already exchanging intense glares that screamed, "I will barely tolerate you." Yeah, this dynamic is going to rule. Next, I checked the elf workshop blueprint. It needed 500 wood, 200 iron, and 10 moonlight. Market searched. Nobody had them. Can't build it yet. Annoying, sure. But trust me, you and I are just getting started. Stick with me here, because while I was sitting on massive advantages, Xiao Tian was having a completely different, miserable experience. The guy stood on a hill like an absolute emperor, watching his 500 clueless followers scan the forest, completely loving it. Total control, dreaming of securing the target and becoming an unstoppable god. Then, the system alert dropped. Event ended. The goblin merchant has been eliminated. 500 people completely froze. 500 minds glitching out simultaneously. We searched for hours, and the target was already gone. Then, the angry questions finally started. Who defeated it? We never even saw the thing. I skipped breakfast. Xiao Tian, you promised to lead us to absolute glory. Where is this glory? 500 players, 0 results. Are we an elite army, or just a really sad parade? The quiet doubters finally lost their minds. Give back our resources. You totally scammed us again. Refund us right now. Xiao Tian and Wang Ho. Come out here. I gave my last wood for queen research, and you just built yourself a fancy little house. The neutral players? Absolutely loving the drama. 500 soldiers marched out to battle, and the boss was already completely wiped out. This is not a heroic rescue mission. It is a parade of failure. Follow Xiao Tian, they said, with joy. It will be glorious, they said at Wang Ho. You are awfully quiet. Cat got your tongue? Or too busy kissing boots? Xiao Tian stood on his hill, face purple, fist shaking, screaming at the sky. Who did this, buddy? I did. From my living room. While getting a massage, without moving from my chair. He will never know that. And honestly, that makes it so much funnier. You and I both know that perfect winning feeling. Resting in my upgraded cabin, reflecting on an epic day. Defeated the goblin merchant. Earned all my money back, plus extra. Acquired an infinite coin purse that prints 100 copper daily. Summoned a stunning catgirl assassin. Still had an elf workshop blueprint just waiting to be built. My roster now included an S-rank ice princess archer, and 1 A-rank flirty cat assassin, 1 elite evolved pink archer, 5 regular pink archers, 2 tower guards, a mythical tree, a moon, well, and the absolute #1 ranking on the entire continent. Meanwhile, 500 exhausted, hungry, and betrayed players were dragging their feet home from the absolute most pointless search party ever, slowly realizing their heroic leader was just a scammer in a fancy shack. The master player does not just win. He wins so hard that other players' plans collapse as a side effect. Sweet dreams, Xiao Tian. Day 4. Woke up, stretched, opening my little kingdom. The moon well brewed overnight and produced a fresh bottle of magical spring water. I chugged it down like morning coffee. Instant mental clarity, 0 fatigue. Way better than any energy drink ever. And it was free. Well, free after the massive initial 1,000 resource investment. Still, my elf squad lined up perfectly like tiny soldiers at roll call. Good morning, master. 6 pairs of bright green eyes stared up at me. Eileen stood silently behind me, laying like the world's most elegant shadow. And the new girl, Yao. Yao, the cat assassin? Probably lurking on a tree branch, because cats do that. Today's main mission? Find moonlight wood. We needed to build that elf workshop. Let's move out. Yes, master. So into the deep forest we went. And watch closely, because having Yao Yao's scouting skills completely changes the game. This girl slipped through the thick trees like she was pure smoke. Her fluffy ears twitched at every tiny sound within a mile. Nothing escaped her notice. Master, withered tree 300 meters ahead. Something is hiding inside the trunk. Meow. She literally materialized right next to me, whispering into my ear with that super flirty purr. Right behind us, Eileen's aura immediately dropped 3 degrees cold. We sneaked carefully toward the hollow tree. Giant hollow trunk, pitch black inside. Something was definitely waiting. Then, boom. A massive blob of glowing green slime lunged right out. Dripping, wobbling, smelling like a dumpster combined with the swamp. Corrosive slime. Elite. Level 6. 1,200 hit points. 20 attack. 100 defense. Skill. Physical immunity. Oh, great. Every single weapon on my squad was purely physical. My dagger? Useless. Arrows bouncing right off its jelly body. Heavy strikes literally felt exactly like punching a fluffy cloud. The monster spat burning acid at Eileen. She dodged, thank goodness. But that acid splash melted a massive crater straight into the dirt. Smoke rising, solid stone dissolving. That stuff would definitely melt through heavy armor like hot butter. Eileen, your turn. Moon arrows only. Everyone else, step back. It became the Eileen show. She danced around beautifully, like a ballerina, dodging blasts and firing. Our only magic attack, slowly chipping away its massive health bar. Minus 95 damage per clean hit. Solid damage, but 1,200 hit points is a whole lot of jelly to burn. And at 1/3 health, it split right into 2 of course. Now, we faced 2 acid-spitting toxic blobs. My archers just stood on the sidelines like helpless cheerleaders watching a game. They absolutely could not play. Fluffy pom-poms would have perfected the picture. I was equally useless. Standing there totally useless. But trust me, you're going to love what happens next. Master. Her cat ears twitched. Alright, stick with me here. That blobby thing held massive energy. And Yao really wanted to drain it dry. Can I? Please. Meow. Hearing her say drain it dry made Eileen super uncomfortable. And honestly, same here. But in a totally different way. Go for it. She vanished. Shadow. Strike. One moment beside me, then poof. Right behind the slime. Like a literal teleportation trick. Backstab. Dagger flashing dark purple. She plunged it into the slime. Minus 215. Critical vital hit. Massive damage from a level 1 hero on a level 6 elite. But then, her dagger stayed inside the monster and began glowing brightly. Bright green energy started flowing from the slime into Yao Yao. She was literally drinking its life force through her blade like a giant green energy smoothie. The slime started shrinking rapidly, totally deflating like a tightly squeezed sponge. Yao Yao's cheeks flushed pink, making this breathy little so good. That forced every single person to awkwardly look away. 5 seconds. A 1200 HP level 6 elite monster gone. The kind completely immune to my physical damage. Team turned into a flat dried puddle by a cat girl making those highly awkward, questionable noises. Elite slime defeated. Yao leveled up to 2. I just stared blankly. Yao licked her lips again, looking insanely satisfied. Meanwhile, Eileen watched her with an expression that was half super impressed and half deeply suspicious. My pink archers stared at us with wide eyes and bright red faces. Total physical immunity bypassed. Now pay attention. My awesome rank assassin just completely hard countered the one specific enemy. Type my entire team couldn't scratch. My glorious army honestly doesn't have weaknesses. We have specializations. And apparently, one specialization involves a catgirl who beats monsters by making them feel super awkward first. Yao burped loudly, a perfectly satisfied post-dinner burp from a gorgeous catgirl wearing tight leather armor and cute fluffy ears. That was delicious. Master, Yao leveled up. Meow. She wrapped her tail around me and happily nuzzled. I scratched her impossibly soft cat ears. 10 out of 10 would totally pet again. Before looting the slime puddle. Wolf fangs, slime goo, a skill fragment, coins, and moonlight wood. The exact material I needed. 1 down, 9 left. So, Elite slimes were the key. Regular slimes dropped nothing useful at all. We crushed 12 more, getting 0 wood. Only the biggest monsters held the goods. Master, huge energy signature ahead. Way stronger than the last one, meow. Yao Yao's ears vibrated like radar dishes. We snuck toward a cave smelling like sweet candy and strong chemicals. Such a bizarre combination. I know what you're thinking, but wait until you see this massive, swimming pool-sized slime. Pink and translucent, resembling a horrifying jello mold. Little heart-shaped bubbles floated around it like the absolute worst Valentine's Day party. Decorations ever. The massive slime queen. Boss level 7, 3000 HP, 30 attack, 150 defense, self-regeneration, heals itself, and physical immunity. This massive giant thing simply wasn't a monster, it was a whole fortress of living dessert. Even Yao Yao's confident attitude completely dropped. Master, this might be tricky, meow. The slime queen noticed us and instantly launched a huge pink heart-shaped blob directly at my face, because apparently these slime monsters are super thirsty too. I leaned back, and Eileen dove ahead like a silver bullet. Moon arrow shattered the heart mid-air, my absolute hero. Then the boss raged, dropping pink slime cages everywhere and blocking our escape routes. We were totally trapped. Eileen, Yao Yao, go on the offense. Everyone else, stay back. Both girls struck instantly. Eileen's moon arrow did 85. Yao Yao's critical hit did 188. 273 total. Sounds amazing, but with 3000 HP, we barely scratched it. Then it glowed bright green. Self-regeneration. It healed back 150 health, erasing half our damage instantly. Are you absolutely kidding me? We were dealing maybe 120 net damage per round. At this pace, the fight would last until next year. Yao rushed forward for her energy drain, the exact move that deleted the last slime instantly. Brilliant plan, except the slime queen was incredibly smart. The moment Yao got close, a cage snapped shut like a bear trap. She was completely pinned, wrapped in sticky pink goo, like a terrible surprise gift. Master, it is super sticky. Please help me, meow. My amazing rank assassin, the girl who easily handled that elite, was trapped inside a pink jello prison making sad cat noises. This boss meant business. But I stayed focused, analyzing everything. Deep inside the massive slime body, barely visible, I spotted a tiny, glowing pink core. The monster's central heart, the ultimate weak point. Eileen, aim for the core. She spotted it, drew her epic bow, and poured every ounce of mana into one shot. Moon arrow, at maximum power. The silver streak lanced through like a laser. Trust me, watch what happens. A direct punch to the core. Minus 455 critical hit damage in one single shot. The slime queen screamed, or well, gurgled in pure agony. Its giant body shuddered like an earthquake. Stick with me, because this is how you break a regenerating tank. You never just chip at the walls. You snipe the reactor core. Eileen just stood there, bow raised high, her silver hair flowing, moonlight bouncing off those ruby eyes, looking straight out of an epic fantasy cover. Meanwhile, trapped inside a pink jello cage, Yao kept screaming, "Get me out! Get me out! Get me out right now!" Meow. The God Farmers team. One girl who shoots like an absolute goddess. One girl who is currently a completely helpless cat-shaped prisoner. And 4 tiny cheerleaders watching from the sidelines, cheering. You can totally do this, sisters. We are a total mess, but a winning mess. And this giant slime queen was about to learn that the hard way. Following Eileen's core strike, I saw my opening, grabbed my final 2 explosive pumpkins, and hurled them straight at the stunned monster. The pumpkins might be physical items, but the fire they blast? Pure magic, baby. Minus 100. Minus 100. Between Eileen sniping that core and me tossing explosive veggies, the slime queen's health points were finally dropping way faster than she could heal. Now pay attention. Here, 10 minutes of pure chaos. Later dodging acid, rescuing Yao from that pink trap, and firing literally everything we had. The massive pink jello monster let out one final pathetic burst of sparkly pink particles. It was honestly kind of pretty, exactly like the world's absolute grossest fireworks show. Level 6. Eileen hit 4, Yao Yao hit 3, and my elite archer reached 5. Everyone leveled up simultaneously, like a squad graduating together. We literally glowed gold at the exact same time. So beautiful. Plus, the loot pile was absolutely massive. And right on top, glinting like they were waving at me, moonlight wood times 8. 8 pieces in a single drop. Added to my one from earlier, that makes 9. Just one more, and I could finally build the legendary elf workshop. I also scored a charming core crafting materials, a fine quality mage robe, and a shiny new skill book. I tossed the robe on the market for 500 coins. Because I am a businessman first and a hero second. The skill book, passive charm, aura. My charisma now produces an actual attraction effect on the opposite gender. It was already at 30. Now, I am basically a walking, breathing magnet. I never asked to be this completely irresistible, but here we are. The village announcement blasted out, and the global chat did its usual crazy thing. A level 7 boss again? This absolute madman crushes bosses like normal people swat mosquitoes. Hey, Wang Hao, your blind farmer just defeated another huge boss. Comments rolled in. Xiao Tian is too busy turning donations into his own personal property. Just leave him alone. I totally ignored the drama, but then, my private messages pinged. Suing messaged, you took down the goblin merchant. Not a question, a statement. This woman somehow just knew. What makes you say that? I played dumb. Only you have those rare items. Only you have the strength to defeat him. Let's pause you, and I know she was way too smart. I honestly respected that. I need 2 speed boosting items to fight a level 5 boss. She quickly continued. I will trade you this. She sent over a screenshot, and my heart rate instantly doubled. Branch of the ancient elf tree. Fine quality. The description read, contains the most fundamental life force of the elf race. Perhaps it can be planted. A fine quality magical seed. The exact same tier as the life tree seed that grew my mythical tree. The one that took 2 whole hours to mature, because it was simply way too powerful. Whatever this branch would become in my spirit field, I absolutely could not even imagine. I traded her 2 wind fruits, permanent, 2 agility each, without even blinking. She went totally silent for 30 seconds, probably staring at her screen, realizing I just casually handed over permanent stat boosts like they were cheap candy. Deal. Trade completely successful. I stared at the glowing branch in my backpack, practically vibrating with ancient elf energy, and my massive grin could have lit up the cave. Master, are we going home now? Eileen asked. Nope. We still need one more moonlight wood. I stared right into the deep darkness of the cave system. More slimes down there. More elites, meaning more loot. We are clearing this entire dungeon. Every single last drop of pink goo. The god farmer never leaves a dungeon half finished. He farms it until the dungeon itself files a formal complaint. 9 down, just 1 to go. Plus, right in my backpack, a fine quality elf branch was waiting to become something. Absolutely. World breaking. Today is a seriously good day to be a farmer. We pushed deeper into the cave. Wet, dark, and smelling like a gym locker room that nobody cleaned for an entire century. Master, something yummy down here. Yao's nose twitched. We found a massive underground chamber with a bubbling pink slime pool and 2 elite guards. A poison slime and a paralysis slime. Both level 6, 1500 HP, 120 defense, and physical immunity. Go! Eileen and Yao split up like pros. But then, something totally hilarious happened. The poison slime saw me, and trust me, you are not ready for this. A pink heart popped right up. It started attacking me so softly, almost like it was trying to flirt instead of actually fight me. Its acid sprays went from a lethal attack to a gentle, romantic mist. Let's dive right in. My charm aura actually worked on monsters. A fierce slime fell completely in love with me mid-battle. I officially weaponized being handsome. My charisma stat is now an absolute tactical powerhouse. Eileen capitalized instantly. Moon arrows rained down on the lovesick slime while it was way too busy making heart eyes to dodge. Yao drained the other dry with her usual energy routine. 5 minutes, both defeated. Just 2 simple puddles. Moonlight times 3. That brought me to 12 total. 10 needed for the workshop, plus 2 extra. Finally, we excitedly sprinted home. I didn't even sit down before opening the build menu. Build. Elf. Workshop. Bright green light erupted. Materials flew together like an epic nature documentary on fast forward. Wood, iron, and moonlight-infused lumber twisted into this gorgeous building, looking like it literally grew right from a massive, living tree. I immediately dumped every single wolf, fang, pelt, and hoarded crafting material into the production queue. Shiny equipment rapidly rolled off the line like a factory. Elf bows, leather armor, and enchanted arrows. I suited up all 5 of my pink archers completely head to toe. They went from barefoot flower girls to properly equipped battle machines in about 60 seconds. Same cute faces, but now armed to the teeth. Then I pulled out the big prize, the ancient elf tree branch from Suing. Fine quality, the exact same grade as the seed that grew my mythical life tree. I planted it in the center of my spirit field. Watch closely here. The green light explosion was way bigger than the life tree. Ground shaking, energy waves, the works. Fine quality detected. Divine mutation in progress. Estimated time 5 hours. 5 hours. The life tree only took 2. This thing needed 5. Whatever was growing inside was so absurdly powerful that even my broken cheat code field needed half a day to finish it. I used the waiting time productively. I went right back into the forest with my newly equipped squad and went on a rampage. The upgraded gear was a total game changer. 2 archers could now easily duo a level 3 elite. We were cutting through monsters like a lawnmower through dandelions. Level 7. Eileen hit level 5. Meanwhile, the world chat was a total dumpster fire. Everyone who donated to Xiao Tian woke up absolutely furious. I dismantled my house for you. Give it back. I slept in snow while you ate our food inside your upgraded cabin. Xiao Tian. Wang Hao. Come out and face us, cowards. Both of them had gone completely silent. Full turtle mode. Not a single message. The great leader of humanity and his trusty sidekick were hiding from the people they robbed. I read it all, laughed, and closed the chat. Then, just as we marched back through the territory gates, the 5 hours hit 0. Ancient elf tree branch has completed divine mutation. 5 hours. The longest growth period I'd ever seen. Twice as long as my mythical tree. You and I know this is crazy. Whatever just finished growing was so totally ridiculous that the game itself needed a coffee break first. I stood at the edge of my spirit field, heart wildly pounding, surrounded by my fully armed elf army, 2 hero units, guard towers, a moonwell, a mythical tree, an elf workshop, and enough achievements to fill a wiki page. Level 7, Day 4, and whatever was about to emerge from that soil was going to push me even further beyond. The god farmer planted a branch 5 hours ago, and this harvest is absolutely going to rewrite the rules. The green light pillar that erupted from my spirit field was so massive, it probably confused passing satellites. The entire territory turned into an ocean of emerald energy. Birds probably flew straight into trees. Fish probably jumped out of rivers. It was that dramatic. When the light faded, a 5-meter-tall living tree building hybrid stood right in the center of my field. Part ancient tree, part divine architecture, entirely breathing like it was alive. Bark made of moonstone, branches pulsing with wisdom. The thing looked like Mother Nature's personal office building. Sacred elf ancient tree, unique mythical grade, a growable second mythical building. Most people don't even have a second floor, and I have 2 mythical grade structures. But the effects. Oh, the effects. Effect 1. Elf Mother Nest. I can now recruit elf soldiers directly from the tree, like an ATM that dispenses warriors instead of cash. Effect 2. Life feedback. All plants in my territory grow faster with higher mutation chances. My already broken farming just got even more broken. Effect 3. Nature's protection. Every friendly unit gets 10%. All stats. Stacks with my moon wells 5%. My army was getting buffed just existing in my territory. I opened the recruitment menu with trembling fingers. Elf Archer, 100 coins. Same tier as my pink girls. Moonlight Sentinel, 500 coins. A silver-haired melee assassin with a moonblade, specializing in scouting and eliminating. What would you do here? I looked at my coin balance, eyed the recruit button, and looked again. Then I smashed that button like it owed me money. 5 Moonlight Sentinels. Now, the tree completely blazed with green light. 5 bright cocoons of pure life energy bloomed on those branches, pulsing with light. Silhouettes formed inside, tall, athletic, absolutely fierce. Stick with me here. Everyone watched in stunned silence. Eileen, Yao, Yao, the archers. Nobody breathed. Crack, 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 snap. 5 glowing cocoons shattered simultaneously. Stepping out, 5 absolutely stunning silver-haired elf warriors. Almost 5'7", wearing fitted silver armor, each gripping an elegant curved moonblade. They had those beautiful elven features, but their eyes? Completely different from anyone I had recruited before. No warmth, no curiosity, no playfulness, just cold, absolute, machine-like combat focus. They dropped to one knee in total perfect sync. Like elite soldiers, like the ultimate special forces of this fantasy world. Reporting for duty, master. Their voices hit in total unison, echoing like a military drumbeat. Not cute farm girls. These were pure living weapons. Moonlight Sentinel, 400 health, 55 attack skills. Moonblade Rush, pure stealth. I now had archers, an assassin, a sniper hero, and a fierce melee team. A real army. Eileen, these 5 follow your command. She knelt so incredibly fast, I thought the ground would crack. I will fight to the end for you, master. She looked absolutely thrilled. The Ice Queen showed actual emotion. It was adorable, but slightly terrifying. Still, Earls desperately needed proper battle gear. Watch closely. Default armor is fine, but fine does not win epic battles. I marched to the workshop and opened that crafting menu. Moon Shadow set. Fine grade. Armor, battle skirt, and boots. Cost per set, a huge pile of materials, plus 100 coins. Times 5 sentinels means 500 coins. The blade upgrade adds poison and 15 attack. 50 coins each, times 5, makes 250 coins. Total bill, 750 coins for 5 soldiers. My wallet screamed. My brain said, do it. Build absolutely everything. Boom. The workshop erupted in green light. Materials flew right in. Wolf pelts, boar hide, slime goo iron, coins. Out came gorgeous, gleaming silver armor sets, and wickedly sharp, green glowing poison moon blades. They rolled off that production line like absolute luxury cars. Everyone, suit up. Yes, master. 5 silver-haired battle legends lined right up, eyes gleaming with pure excitement. Probably the very first emotion they ever showed. Getting this sweet new gear. Let me do a quick head count of my forces. 1 S-rank hero Eileen, holding an epic bow. 1 A-rank assassin, Yao Yao, who literally drains souls. 1 elite evolved pink archer, plus 5 regular pink archers, totally fully equipped. 5 moonlight sentinels, totally armed and armored. 2 tower guards, 2 barracks trainees. That is, 16 combat units. A private army recruited from seeds, flowers, and a magical tree. And this tree could make even more. With enough coins, I could just keep printing soldiers. The god farmer isn't just farming crops anymore. He's farming a whole empire. And the best part? Tomorrow morning, Goblin Coin Purse prints another 100 free coins. Plus, the life tree drops another shiny sacred fruit. The moon well brews another potion. My entire base became a self-sustaining war economy. It grew stronger every single day without me lifting a single finger. I stood proudly in the center of my territory. Mythical tree glowing behind me. Moonwell shimmering to my left. Elf workshop humming to my right. That ancient tree, pulsing with heavy life right ahead. You feel that too, right? 16 warrior women at attention. I felt something entirely new. This was not just a farm anymore. This was an actual kingdom, and I was its mighty king. Day 4, level 7, 2 mythical buildings, an army, a money printer. Xiao Tian was hiding in his cabin, terrified to open chat. The god farmer has officially graduated to the big leagues. Welcome to the God Emperor arc. My sentinels suited up and honestly looked like they walked right off a fantasy military magazine cover. Tight black and silver armor, poison moon blades glowing neon green, and long silver hair flowing. They knelt in perfect sync and shouted, reporting, master, just like a tough drill sergeant's dream squad. beautiful, intense, and super expensive. I checked my wallet. 12 copper coins. From over 2,000 down to 12. Went from billionaire to broke college student in one shopping spree. Totally worth it? Absolutely. Night fell, the moon came out, and my whole army got a bonus. 5% stat buff. Apparently, even the celestial bodies were on my payroll now. Morning. Day 5. I opened my door feeling like a total king, but was instantly greeted by 13 pairs of very sad, hungry eyes. Every single one of my sweet elf girls was just staring at me, hands on their stomachs, making the absolute most pathetic faces imaginable. Even the fierce moonlight sentinels, literal combat machines, were standing right there looking exactly like abandoned kittens. Master, tummy hungry. One pink archer whimpered. Yao. Yao's cat ears drooped down like wilted flowers. Energy fully depleted. Need food. Meow. Even Eileen was blushing and looking away, way too embarrassed to finally admit she was starving. We both felt that one. I was so busy crafting weapons, I totally forgot to feed my army. I am officially the world's worst employer. Congratulations on the new armor. Also sorry, you're starving. I quickly scraped together what little food was left. Just wolf meat and wheat. Stick with me, because watching 13 elegant elf warriors demolish a pile of roast meat like they hadn't eaten in weeks is just wild. Priority 1 today? Food. We marched straight into the forest with my entire army for the first time. 13 combat units plus me. This was officially the most overpowered grocery shopping trip in history. Yao Yao spotted a wolf den. 30 wolves, 5 elites. I looked at Eileen, she made one hand gesture, and 5 moonlight sentinels vanished. Literally vanished. Stealth activated. They completely dissolved into the shadows like they were never even there. Exactly 1 minute later, the wolf den erupted in howling chaos. By the time I casually strolled over with the team, 30 wolves were wiped out, and 5 sentinel girls were elegantly wiping their blades clean. Not a scratch or stain on their armor. 30 wolves in 60 seconds, without me lifting a finger. Okay, I absolutely love you guys. We spent the whole morning steamrolling through the forest. Wolf packs deleted. Goblin tribes evaporated. Everything within 10 kilometers turned into loot and experience points. We collected 80 pieces of wolf meat, tons of materials, 215 coins, plus apple and tomato seeds. Real food seeds. My spirit field was about to become the world's most overpowered grocery store, but I noticed a problem. The experience gains were getting pathetic. Low-level monsters barely moved my XP bar anymore. My army was just way too strong for this area. Deeper, I said, staring into the misty, unknown forest depths. We needed bigger prey. We pushed into uncharted territory, and Eileen's radar pinged something weird. Now pay attention. It wasn't a monster, just strange energy leading us to a massive crystal clearing. And in the middle, munching on crystal rocks like popcorn, was a creature made of pure transparent crystal, shaped like an armored pangolin, the size of a water buffalo. Absolutely gorgeous, yet absolutely terrifying. Level 8 special type, 2500 HP, 200 defense. Eileen said, arrows probably can't pierce it. Yao Yao, let me try draining it. No. Nobody is draining anything. I've got this. I pulled out an exploding pumpkin. Boom. -100. The crystal beast roared and charged me like a glittering freight train. Aim for the belly. 3 pumpkins, 1 coordinated team assault on that soft underbelly, and a whole lot of running later. This crystal beauty completely shattered into a million sparkling pieces. Level 8 special monster taken down. But instead of the usual loot pile, only one item dropped. A single crystal stone, glowing earthy yellow, pulsing right, like a heartbeat floating in the air. No armor, no weapons, 0 coins. Just this one mysterious, glowing crystal heart. I reached for it with the distinct feeling that whatever this was, it would change everything. You and I know a god. Farmer never gets regular loot drops. The god farmer gets wildly plot-relevant mysterious artifacts. Watch this. I grabbed the floating crystal heart. Earth's Heart, a special item that upgrades your territory core to level 3. I didn't even read the full description before screaming out, home now. We sprinted straight back to base. I slammed the crystal into my territory monument like I was plugging in a USB perfectly on the First try. The system asked for 1,000 basic resources. I had enough. Boom. Earthquake. The entire territory started rapidly expanding outward, like someone was inflating it. With a bicycle pump, fences pushed out, grass spread, and my Hongming spirit field instantly doubled in size. The soil got darker, richer, practically humming with raw power. Level 3 territory. Double the land, double the farm, and 10% more crop yield. I was standing in the middle of it all, grinning like a complete lunatic. Master, our home got so big. One of my pink archers spread her arms wide and started spinning in circles on the new grass. All the others excitedly joined in. Even the moonlight sentinels were looking around with what I think was genuine excitement. Though honestly, on their faces, it just looked like slightly less intense murder. I grabbed my new fruit seeds and went to town. 13 seeds, planted one after another. Seed 1, a blazing apple, a fire-red fruit that permanently adds 1 strength. Tossed it to a sentinel, she bit into it, and her muscles literally tightened in real time. Thank you, master. Her cheeks were pink. From the blazing apple, or the attention? Who knows? Seeds 2 through 12, a waterfall of awesome goodies. A crystal pear for 1 spirit. Energy berries that restore half your stamina instantly. Speed-boosting grass sandals. A fitted leather armor piece. My spirit field was literally spitting out a complete military supply chain just from fruit seeds. The elf girls were watching with their jaws completely on the floor. In their eyes, my dirt was basically a wish-granting deity. Then I reached the final 2 seeds. They felt different, warmer, softer. Almost like they were actually alive. Here comes the grand finale. I planted one. The erupting light was purely pink. Not gold, not green, but pink. A massive pillar of rose-colored energy shot into the sky, and every elf girl within 100 meters collectively gasped. As the light faded, a 2-meter white jade tree with bubblegum pink leaves appeared, smelling incredibly sweet. Trust me, you'll want to see what happens next. I've ever stumbled across. Stick with me. Hanging there were a dozen pink, ultra-soft, shiny fruits that looked like they'd totally explode if you just glanced at them. System alert. Rare building acquired. Bursting juicy peach tree. I literally read that crazy name 3 times. Bursting juicy peach. My eternal tier talent was totally trolling me. It named this the weirdest thing possible, fully committing to the absolute joke. This talent has 0 filter. I both respect and fear it. The actual effects though? Absolutely insane. Produces 10 peaches daily. Eating one gives my elf squad a sweet 5% stat boost for an hour. Long-term snacking has a chance to permanently raise random stats. This was basically a daily morale and power buffet for my whole entire squad. A massive strategic resource disguised as dessert. I picked one. Soft, warm, smelling like heaven. I almost opened a bakery. Then I heard it. Gulp. Not just one gulp. 13 simultaneous gulps. I turned around, and every single elf girl in camp was laser focused on the peach in my hand. Drool was forming. Cat ears fully perked. Even the Ice Queen Eileen was eyeing it with obvious desire. 13 pairs of eyes. 13 watering mouths. 13 fierce warriors who could individually defeat a bear. Completely reduced to begging puppies over a simple fruit. Seriously, go ahead, pick your own. Oh boy. They totally swarmed that tree just like kids at a candy store. Yao Yao got there first. Obviously, those fast cat reflexes. She bit in and made the wildest sound. So good. The rest followed, pink juice running right down their happy chins. Joyful squeals filled the air. Hardened moonlight sentinels literally closing their eyes in pure, fruit-induced bliss. My territory now proudly holds 2 mythical buildings. A moonwell, an elf workshop. A storage cabinet, guard towers, a barracks, and a peach tree, making my squad hum with joy. This god farmer just achieved absolute peak agriculture. His crops feed armies, his trees buff warriors, and his fruit turns fierce assassins into super excited children. Watch closely now. I had 1 seed left, and trust me, whatever sprouts next is going to be incredibly wild. I planted that final seed. Boom. Another pink explosion. A second bursting juicy peach tree. 20 peaches daily. Now, my squad's food problem was officially solved. Their stats would passively climb just from eating dessert. Honestly, the best military diet plan ever invented. But I was already thinking ahead. 13 mouths today. What about 100? 1,000? I desperately needed more production trees, meaning way more seeds. I hit the trading market like a bargain hunter on clearance day. First up, some guy with an F-rank seed identification talent who couldn't identify 8 weird seeds, selling them for just 1 piece of wolf meat. 1 meat. Hope you grow a gold nugget, he messaged. Buddy, I literally grow people from seeds. A gold nugget would honestly be a downgrade. Kept scrolling. Found 15 stubborn seeds for just 10 stone. Found 3 excellent quality mystery seeds for 100 coins. Bought absolutely everything, every seed on the market. If it was plant-shaped and for sale, it was mine. Total haul? 26 seeds for pure pocket change. Those sellers seriously thought they were dumping garbage. I was basically buying lottery tickets where I knew every number. Wong Ho popped up in chat. A farmer buying seeds. How original. Such small vision, and literally nobody even responded. You know that feeling when a troll gets ignored? Exactly. Burned by that Shawan scam, chat went quiet. People were simply exhausted. Back at base, my elf girls gathered around like it was Christmas morning. I handed out ordinary seeds and we planted them assembly line style. Yao totally grabbed a handful, sprinting to the field first with pure catgirl competitiveness. Growing scout eyes. Little eyeball fruits you place down for 30 minutes of cool surveillance. She was horrified and absolutely thrilled. We can spy on people now. Meow. The rest of the normal seeds produced the usual fun grab bag of weird, but super useful stuff. Tiny weather-changing fan plants, bouncy trap mushrooms, and jumping beans. Nothing game-breaking, but my elf girls were having the absolute time of their lives. The sentinels tried a jumping bean and launched 3 feet into the sky. Their faces showed zero emotion, but their bright eyes screamed again. Then came the main event. 3 excellent quality seeds. I boldly planted the very first one myself. The ground shook. Not a tiny tremor. It shook like the earth was opening up, because it literally was. A massive crack split the ground, and a glowing cave entrance instantly appeared. Soft light poured out from underground, like the earth itself flipped on a nightlight. A 1 in 10,000 probability. Secondary divine mutation. System says fine grade special billing. Luminous mine vein. I literally grew a mine from a seed. My talent looked at the boring concept of agriculture, threw it away, and basically said, "We're doing geology now." The mine automatically produces 1 unit of luminous ore per hour, creating a permanent, awesome glow field across my entire territory. 24/7 lighting boosting plants by 20%. So what do you and I think? A city that never sleeps. Stick with me. We are witnessing pure magic. No shadows, just warm, beautiful light everywhere. One archer squealed. Even Eileen lost her cool. Master is simply amazing. The little archers happily poked their heads into the mine entrance like curious hamsters. Is it safe? So sparkly. Can we go inside? Those last 2 excellent seeds grew awesome stuff too. More stat fruits and gear. But honestly, after growing an actual glowing mine from a seed, everything else felt basic. Day 6. Morning. I was chilling in my chair, getting double massages. Leaning on the left shoulder, Yao on the right. Happily watching my girls pick peaches in my permanently lit, mythical tree-powered paradise. One cheerful archer bit into a giant peach too eagerly, and sweet juice exploded everywhere. Her sisters pointed and laughed happily. Big messy faces. Even the tough sentinels showed tiny, warm smiles. Meanwhile, outside my walls, the rest of the village was in absolute panic mode. Day 6. Protection ends tomorrow. Darkness is coming, and I lack a single torch. I gave all my resources to Shao, and now have absolutely nothing. I am literally in my underwear. Cannot even afford a fire. Everyone was totally terrified and broke. Most players got totally scammed out of supplies by a con artist, who is currently hiding from the incredibly angry mob he just created. Then the sky cracked open again. A golden screen. 4th global broadcast. The queen, everyone's ultimate favorite. And there, I sat in my glowing paradise, surrounded by loyal warriors, glowing mines, and sweet peach juice, watching the sky while everyone else totally panicked. The legendary god farmer built a massive kingdom, while they just built poor excuses. Now watch closely. Tomorrow night is when the real chaos begins for everyone. Broadcast 4. She looked super drained. Curse marks had spread to her shoulders and arms. Progress bar at 20%. Timer ticking down. The whole world screamed for their queen, because humanity has absolutely zero chill. But then the system dropped a massive bombshell. Due to the Abyss Curse, after protection ends, darkness will last for a full 24 hours. Permanent night, not 12 hours, but 24. No sunrise, no daylight at all, just an endless, pitch-black nightmare filled with scary monsters forever. The chat went from basic panic to a full-blown meltdown. How is this fair? Fighting monsters in total darkness? That is not a game, that is a guaranteed wipeout. I want to go home. This world is terrifying. Players were literally crying and having massive breakdowns. The dramatic despair was so thick you could slice it. Meanwhile, inside my permanently lit paradise, Master, what is eternal night? Is it scary? A pink archer wandered over, sweet juice still on her chin. Not for you, girls, I smiled, gently patting her head. I glanced at my luminous mine, glowing 24/7 like the world's most reliable nightlight. While everyone else stumbles blindly in the dark, my massive territory will be lit up brighter than a shopping mall on Christmas Eve. Eternal night? More like an eternal, not my problem. But here's the part you and I need to watch. I saw something wild in chat. Xiao was back after 2 days hiding. 2 full days of silence while his furious victims demanded refunds. This guy finally crawled out and typed a few words that completely silenced the entire channel. Everyone, I am sorry. Then he launched into the most hilarious piece of dramatic garbage I have ever read. I was totally wrong. Blinded by jealousy. I used your donations selfishly. I am awful. I have been awake for 2 days straight, skipping meals, strictly punishing myself. And through my struggle, I finally discovered a secret. I might create a microlight magic stone that can safely push back this terrifying, eternal darkness. But I spent all my resources. I will just walk into the forest alone and vanish, trying to find some materials. Do not worry about me. The dude apologized, confessed, dangled false hope, and expertly guilt-tripped everyone into feeling super sorry. All in one message. It was brilliant performance art. A true masterclass in manipulation. I was honestly impressed. The way you admire a perfectly executed heist. Wang Ho naturally erupted into a flood of tears. I knew it. My big bro is a great guy who just made a mistake. He skipped sleep for 2 whole days for us. People completely fell for it again. The exact same people falling for the same trick. We believe you. Do not vanish alone. We will get you those materials. Take my final resources. Save us from the terrible darkness. Stuff started flooding into Xiao Tian's inbox like he opened a shiny new charity. Players who were cursing his name 12 hours ago were suddenly crying tears of pure gratitude, happily sending him their very last scraps. Same exact trick, script, and results. Meanwhile, behind his screen, the fake hero lounged in his warm cabin eating roast meat, gleefully watching his resource counter climb while laughing at victims. Same fools, same trick. Works every time. He dumped everything straight into his alchemy table. What do you and I learn? He just built a 3rd-tier golem. Wild. Stick with me here. Every donated resource, every tearful gift, every scrap of wood from broken shelters, all melted down into a personal war machine to end monsters. No, to take me out. His entire life shrank to one single obsession. Building insanely expensive robots with stolen cash just to attack a simple farmer who barely even knew this guy existed. I closed the chat, shook my head, grabbing another peach. Master, are you watching that crazy monkey show again? Eileen asked from right behind my shoulder. Encore performance, I smiled. Same monkeys, same tricks, same audience buying tickets. I bit the peach. Sweet juice exploded everywhere. My army was fully fed, armed, glowing, and completely ready for whatever shadows this world wanted to throw at us. Tomorrow night, protection ends. The real test begins. And somewhere out there, some scammer is building his 3rd robot with stolen bread money, genuinely thinking he is the main character. Spoiler alert, he is absolutely not. Day 7, final protection day. Tomorrow night, everything changes. My territory was vibing normally, glowing mine lighting it all up, peach trees heavy with fruit, elf girls doing morning drills like a fantasy boot camp, sentinels practicing advanced stealth techniques, pink archers shooting their targets. Yao massaged my legs while I scrolled the chat. The chat itself was a literal graveyard of lost hope. 24-hour darkness tomorrow. I do not even have a torch. I gave everything to Shaoan. Cannot even make a single campfire. Where is the light stone? You promised us. Are we saved or not? Now pay close attention. Everyone was treating today like their final day alive. Which was probably true. Then, a zombie crawling out of a grave. Xiao Tian reappeared. And this man put on the absolute performance of a lifetime. First, the apology. I am sorry. I was wrong. I used your donations selfishly. I am no human. I have not slept in 2 whole days. Full tears. Full guilt. Oscar-level monologue. Then the pivot. But through my sleepless suffering, I discovered exactly how to make light stones that push back the eternal darkness. Then the hook. Sadly, I burned all my resources. I will just brave the dark forest alone and fall trying. Then the real. Everyone immediately started throwing their last remaining scraps at him again. Third time. Same scam. Same victims. Same sad result. This guy should be in Hollywood or prison, maybe both. What did he actually build with those donated resources? A tier 3 black iron golem, 3 meters tall, covered in spikes, drill arms, a glowing red crystal in its chest, 800 health points, 60 attack, 50 defense. The massive thing looked like a transformer in a military tank and went straight to an evil gym. He posted a quick screenshot. The chat exploded. Wang Hao nearly fainted from pure excitement. One punch, and that farmer goes right back to level 1. Then somebody finally asked the obvious question. Cool robot, where is our stone? You know, the thing we paid for. Xiao Tian did not even flinch. He had the answer locked and loaded. The light stone needs luminous ore. That ore only drops in the Black Wind Cave dungeon. Those dungeon monsters were way too strong for my old golem. That is exactly why I upgraded. I built this beast for all of us, to save everyone. You and I both saw that coming, right? Every lie delivered with absolute conviction. Then the masterstroke. He announced he would live stream himself clearing the dungeon. I will do it live. Watch me. Total transparency. See me fight for your future. The chat went absolutely feral. A live stream. So brave. Real leaders show their receipts. Xiao Tian is the absolute GOAT. Meanwhile, one single quiet voice in the chat dropped a tactical nuke. Anyone noticed? Lu Qinghao has not said a single word to these people. Not even once. Through all the trash talk, the empty threats, the challenges, just complete silence. That is real power. The chat went dead quiet. Xiao Tian and Wang Hao probably turned purple because it was completely true. I had not typed one single message since the very first day. Not to defend myself. Not to argue. To flex. Nothing. While they performed a Broadway musical about their greatness, I was busy building an empire in silence. The loudest person in the room is never the strongest. Master, this Xiao has bulletproof skin. Meow. Yao. Yao purred from my feet. Bulletproof. That man's face could tank a nuclear blast easily. But I was genuinely curious about one little thing. He actually found a dungeon. Black Wind Cave. That was interesting. Real content. A real challenge. I clicked on his live stream link, not because I cared about Xiao, but because I wanted to see a dungeon. And also because watching this man's inevitable humiliation in real time sounded like premium entertainment. Grab popcorn? No, I had something better. I grabbed a bursting, juicy peach, bit into it, letting the sweet juice run down my chin, and settled in. Show me what you got, clown. Trust me, watch this. I clicked his stream, settling in for the show, for humanity, for the queen, for village 1, 0, 0, 0, 8, 6. Charge. There he was, standing outside a pitch-black cave, screaming right into the camera like a motivational speaker at a crazy monster hunting seminar. Right behind stood his third-tier golem, 4 meters of spiked black iron and drill arms. It totally looked like an ultimate robot tournament. Boss. Stick with me. You are about to see him get swarmed by elite spiders. But wow. Credit where due, that golem tanked everything. Poison did -1 damage. Acid did -1. The spiders barely scratched it. Then those drill arms buzzed, turning spiders into modern art. -155. -162. Smashed. Flattened. Gone. Under a minute. Xiao Tian leveled up to 3. His chat went absolutely insane. Unstoppable. He is a god. Simply invincible. Wang Ho activated maximum hype mode. Lu Qinghao is still using a basic hoe while our king is piloting a mech. I will admit, watching that golem flatten everything felt mildly impressive. Like watching a huge bulldozer crush a sandcastle. Not subtle, but super effective. He steamrolled the entire dungeon. Goblins, mulch, more spiders. Confetti everywhere. The chat was basically a wild concert crowd. Now, everyone was absolutely certain he would easily clear the dungeon, grab the ore, save the village, and probably cure world hunger while at it. Then he reached the final room, a massive cavern with glowing ore everywhere. Guarding it stood the Black Wind Wolf King. Level 6 boss, 1800 HP, 55 attack. Xiao Tian laughed out loud on stream before 10,000 hyped viewers. That is the boss? With those stats, my golem has 50 defense. It cannot even hurt me. He sent the golem charging with total confidence. The wolf opened its eyes and vanished. Shadow, strike. Moving so fast, it literally became invisible. The wolf reappeared right behind the golem, slashing its back knee joint. -28. Critical weak point attack. The heavy golem tried turning around, so painfully, slowly like an old man trying to parallel park his car. By the time it rotated, the wolf was behind it again. Another quick slash. Same spot. -27. Now pay attention, because you and I are about to witness pure humiliation. The Wolf King basically ran fast laps right around the golem, slashing its legs every 3 seconds. Meanwhile, the golem just spun like a broken carousel, never landing a single hit. The chat went from screaming invincible, to why cannot it hit the wolf, to oh no, to panic in real time. The golem's 800 HP ticked down like a clock. 700, 600, 500, turn faster, hit it. Xiao Tian was literally screaming on camera. 400, 300, crack. The wolf shredded its right knee. The 4-meter machine, built with the life savings of hundreds of scammed villagers, stumbled hard and collapsed to one knee like a wounded giant. Then the wolf leaped, claws extended, aiming straight at the golem's chest. The magic crystal heart, its only weakness. Smash! The core shattered. Its light faded. The invincible war machine became a sad pile of scrap metal right there. 10,000 people watched live as their savior's greatest creation got completely dismantled by a wolf that was simply way faster. The hero completely froze. Do not come near me. He was crawling on the ground, crying, sobbing heavily, scrambling toward the exit on all fours, like a terrified cockroach running from a giant shoe. The wolf stared at him with green ghost fire eyes, probably thinking, this dramatic guy is not worth eating. He barely made it out. Can you believe this? Every frame of his terrified, teary face broadcasted live before he finally disconnected. The chat went completely silent for exactly 30 seconds as we watched together. 10,000 viewers processing what they had just seen. Explosion. I will not repeat everything said, because some of it would make a sailor blush. But the wild highlights included, did he just cry on camera? Our savior ran crying from a wolf. I demolished my house for this. Who is the caveman now? Wang Hao. I closed the stream, set down my peach pit, and wiped the juice off my chin. That iron bucket, I said to nobody in particular, was exactly as useful as expected. See, here is what Xiao Tian never understood. Raw stats do not win fights. His golem had incredible numbers, but it was just too slow. One fast enemy with a brain circles it forever. Meanwhile, my elf army, every single unit was agile, coordinated, and led by heroes who adapt mid-combat. We would have totally wrecked that wolf under 1 minute. Xiao Tian brought a tank to a knife fight. The wolf brought a knife to a tank fight. The knife definitely won. And now, somewhere out there, a crying S-rank alchemist hid in his donated cabin, his golem in pieces, his reputation completely ruined. His scam exposed live with zero resources left, zero credibility, and 12 hours until darkness fell and monsters came knocking. Could not have happened to a more deserving guy. The god farmer did not even lift one finger this time. He just watched, ate a peach, and let sweet karma do the heavy lifting. Trust me, you and I just witnessed the most beautiful, hilarious disaster ever broadcasted live. His chat went through the 5 stages of grief in 90 seconds. Shock, laughter, rage, pure despair, or rage. Did I literally just watch our supposed savior crawl out of that cave crying? I gave that guy my last piece of bread, destroyed my whole house. I am literally freezing in the snow because of him. Hey, Jiaoan, Wang Ho, you owe us everything. Come out and face us. Stick with me here. Folks were way angrier about the embarrassment than the actual scam. Losing items? Fine. What they truly couldn't handle was watching the guy they defended, the one called humanity's ultimate hope, run screaming from a wolf on a live broadcast, sobbing uncontrollably while 10,000 viewers watched. The entire fake reputation he built across 3 separate scams, 2 totally fake charity drives, and about 47 inspirational speeches, completely shattered in one viral moment of pure cowardice. And then, oh, this is where it gets absolutely beautiful. Xiao Tian had a complete mental breakdown. Wang Ha privately messaged him, "Big bro, what do we do?" Everyone is furious. Now watch this carefully. Something inside Xiao Tian completely snapped. He opened public chat, and instead of apologizing or making weak excuses, he just went full absolute villain. You complete idiots. You really think I scammed you? I offered an opportunity. You're simply too blind. You're absolute trash. Resources. I did you a massive favor taking them. Want them back? Come try after protection ends. Let's see your pathetic bare hands beat my giant golem. I'm sitting in a heated level 2 cabin eating roast meat while you all freeze outside like stray dogs. And I absolutely love it. In tonight's monster attack, you will all perish. Haha. I totally said the quiet part. Loud. Every single ugly thought hidden behind those fake smiles and hero speeches. He typed it completely out on the public channel for 10,000 angry people to read. It was exactly like watching someone literally set themselves ablaze, then aggressively complain about the heat. The chat went from just angry to completely thermonuclear. He called us pigs, laughing at us freezing. Once protection drops, I'm marching to his base with a torch. Forget the monsters. Xiaoan is officially enemy number 1. For the very first time, the whole village finally unified around one goal. Absolute hatred for Xiaoan. You and I both see the irony. He achieved what no crisis could. He united absolutely everyone against himself. Yao lay draped across my lap as I scrolled, her cat ears twitching lazily. Master, that Xiao guy is a total clown. Meow. He's not just a simple clown. Eileen added from behind me, arms crossed. A con artist and a clown. The absolute worst combination. I just simply smiled. Because here is the genius part. Xiao Tian was surprisingly useful to me, without spending one single resource. I now knew the Black Wind Cave dungeon existed, and exactly where. The boss is a level 6 speed type wolf. It specifically targets leg joints and crystal cores. Slow units get completely wrecked. The dungeon holds luminous ore. He basically recorded a completely free strategy guide for me, showing exactly what not to do. His golem was simply way too slow, too dumb, and way too predictable. My elf army, fast, perfectly coordinated, and led by heroes dodging anything. That Wolf King would be utterly wiped out in under 2 minutes against my elite squad. Black Wind Cave, I muttered quietly, rubbing my chin. Then someone in the chat tagged Lu Qinghe. Hey, you are currently number 1 on the leaderboard. Xiao Tian completely failed the dungeon. Can you? I just stared at the message. Glanced at Eileen, glanced at Yao, then at my 16 fully equipped elf warriors doing morning drills inside my permanently lit, peach tree filled, mythical building powered absolute paradise. Could I clear it? The wolf had 1800 hit points. Eileen's upgraded epic bow hits for 400 on a critical. Yaya could literally drain it dry. 5 elite sentinels could shred its legs. Plus, I had pumpkin grenades in reserve. The real question wasn't if I could win. The question was purely how fast. Trust me, You'll love this. The God Farmer is officially done watching. Time to show everyone a real performance looks.